Pandora's box is about to open wide.
Howdy, partner.
Hello.
Welcome to another PB, folks. Imogen just wants to clear up why her grandfather's got a bit of an issue with the French.
Yeah, so I spoke to him about it after last week's episode, and he said that it's just down to the fact he went to a part of France and they were rude. Like
Well, there you go.
He went
Nice
to
and
like
simple.
cafes, shops. None of them they all just ignored him. None of them acknowledged him.
I think they've got a
So-
bit of reputation for that, yeah.
Yeah,
I think because as
that's
well,
why.
even though, we can be rude boys and geezers over here sometimes in the UK, at the same time, I think, it's quite ingrained in our society to be polite.
Yeah.
So even though we do obviously have people that aren't polite, it's quite frowned upon.
Yeah,
And there'll be
yeah.
like a lot of the population that'll be like, rude bugger.
Yeah.
I was thinking
And
that
someone
today
goes, "Sorry
when I
about
was
that."
taking the dog as well. Like just walk past some like old ladies and they're outside the church, and like Rupert just like ran past them and that, and I was a bit like, oh, don't get in the way, mate. And when I was like, oh, sorry about that, walked past them and they were like, oh no, dear, I was more concerned for the dog. God bless you. And I was thinking, and I was like, such
so
nice
nice.
old woman, like that's so like
nice.
English and like and
Yeah,
sweet,
yeah.
And I was thinking, it's good stuff.
Yeah, man. It's nice, isn't it?
You did a great grandma accent.
Yeah, that was a good grandma.
Yeah, I liked it.
And then like,
God
as I
bless
said, you
you.
go to France and then
He
just
was a
like,
grandma
you're
in
like,
his old life.
all right, and they're just like, sacre bleu. And you're a bit like, oh,
Buff,
that's not so
yeah,
good.
no.
Yeah, I think that's all it is,
off we
though.
are
It's
now.
just that they ignored him and he couldn't speak. None of them acknowledged him, so he doesn't like them anymore. Yeah.
I'm going to be a French, I was a French character on your show the other day, wasn't I? Good times.
Oh,
Yeah, you yeah.
Francois Levesque.
Yeah, I forgot
Francois
about that name.
Levesque.
Francois.
Yeah.
Francois.
I
Levesque.
whacked out all my basic knowledge of French for that one.
He actually did quite a good French English accent.
You think?
Like French speaking
course.
English.
Thank you. I did whack out all of my French knowledge as well. I think I did use
Bon time.
what's it? C'est magnifique.
Yeah.
And I was like, incroyable.
Bon times or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, bon
Piscine.
moments.
That was it. Bon moments.
Good times in French is bon moments. So I was like, bon moments. Yeah, worked out, like the bof we, ça va, all of that stuff,
Ordinateur.
C'est comme ça. Oh no, that's Spanish, isn't it?
Dunno.
Or is it French?
Chat.
I'm not going to pretend I know. Chat. Chien.
Gâteau.
Chien.
L'oiseau.
La piscine.
Oh, manade.
Baguette.
Yes, very good. Have you guys ever heard of the urban legend of the Bunnyman?
The Bunnyman. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know what? I hadn't either until literally last night.
Donnie Darko, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very Donnie Darko, isn't it? I wondered if Donnie Darko was based on this, actually. So I can't believe I
bunny
never.
character, isn't it? Like
Donnie Darko. It's like a movie of it's like a little evil bunny man. Yeah,
Ugh.
we should watch that. It's a good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I'm so surprised I never heard about this. Last night, it was about midnight. Heard my phone go. Right, got a message through about the bunny man. My mum had messaged me late at night with all this information about the bunny man. Luckily, that's my mum for you.
Nice text to get.
Right.
Yeah.
So that scares you.
Me and my mum are so similar in that regard. Like that's where I get it from. Like she will just, no pun intended, go down like a rabbit hole, but with like loads of just like
to
weird.
find the bunny man.
Yeah, to find the bunny. Come down the rabbit hole to find the bunny man. Yeah, just like of like weird stories and just stories about like cryptids and like ghosts and aliens and that. And I freaking love it. She said it to me, and I was like, and she read it, and I was like, right, well, that's one for the pod. So let us tell you the tale of the Bunny Man. Yes, I can't believe I've never heard this before. Pretty creepy, actually, that this is like a true story. So, the Bunny Man is an urban legend that originated from 2 incidents in Fairfax County, Virginia in 1970. But since has spread throughout Washington, D.C. and the Maryland areas. The legend has many variations. Most involve a man wearing a rabbit costume who attacks people with a hatchet.
Ugh.
Pretty sketchy, right? Most of the stories occur around Colchester Overpass, a southern railway overpass spanning Colchester Road near Clifton, Virginia, sometimes referred to as the Bunnyman Bridge.
That was perfect time with the music.
It was, wasn't it? Versions of the legend vary in the Bunnyman's name, motives, weapons, victims, and description of the bunny costume, and sometimes even his possible death. In some accounts, victims' bodies are mutilated, and in some variations, the Bunnyman's ghost or aging spectre is said to come out of his place of death each year on Halloween to commemorate his death.
It's always Halloween. Is it 3 a.m. as well?
Probably. The witching hour. But so I'll tell you actually, so there's a big urban legend has, sort of formed around this story and this character. And obviously, some of the more extreme urban legends about him, like coming, rising from the grave every year and stuff like that is a bit more fanciful. But it is actually based on some verified accounts. So I'll tell you about the verified accounts. And Fairfax County Public Library historian, archivist Brian A. Conley extensively researched the Bunnyman legend. He's located 2 incidents of a man in a rabbit costume threatening people with an axe. These reports occurred 10 days apart in 1970 in Burke, Virginia. So these are the accounts that are 110% fact. Everything else has to be taken with a little pinch of salt. The first incident was reported on the evening of the 19th of October 1970 by US...
That's my birthday.
Is it?
19th of October.
Are you actually kidding me?
Not 1977, it's 2007, but 19th of October.
You know what's happening this birthday, don't you?
Oh, that's crazy.
The Bunnyman's coming for you next birthday.
Oh, don't say that. I'm going to be 18. Now I want to celebrate.
That sounds like the sort of thing that would happen on an 18-year-old's birthday, doesn't it?
Great.
Happy 18. That's such like a, what you did last summer, like sort of premise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either that, or it means that you're the reincarnation of the Bunnyman.
Maybe.
The bunny girl.
Maybe it was never a man. Maybe it was just me.
Well, I like the idea that maybe he secretly had a daughter that you would know about. Or he was just reincarnated in your body.
Yeah.
Do you want to do some menacing glare into the camera a minute? Go on, Emma. Scary. That was terrifying.
It's me.
That was a good eyebrow raise a second ago as well.
The people's brow.
The
that's
rock. Good. Not many people can do that. I can do it on this side. One side.
I taught myself it in lockdown.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you couldn't do it until lockdown?
No, I could do both eyebrows, but now
obviously.
I can only do one.
Well, yeah, you'd have to have like freaking cerebral palsy not to do both of them, wouldn't you?
I can't do the other one though.
That's mad that you taught it yourself so late in life.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was just something that you could sort of do or not.
It's because I would send snaps to people in year 7 of like half my face and I go like that in it. Don't know why.
Right. That's so funny.
So like a 13-year-old me thought it was cool.
You thought that was cool? Fair enough. Well, there you go. Well, you finally, can do it without having to do that now.
Yeah.
So that's good. The Rock would be proud.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, the first verified account, 19th of October, Immo's birthday. U.S. Air Force Academy cadet Robert Bennett and his fiancée were attacked. They were visiting relatives on Guinea Road in Burke. Around midnight, while returning from a football game, they reportedly parked their car in a field on Guinea Road to visit an uncle who lived across the street from where the car was parked. As they sat in the front seat with the motor running, they noticed something moving outside the rear window. Moments later, the front passenger window was smashed, and there was a white-clad figure standing near the broken window. Bennett turned the car around while the man screamed at them about trespassing, saying, "You're on private property." As they drove down the road in a fright, the couple discovered a hatchet on the car floor. When the police requested a description of the man, Bennett insisted he was wearing a white bunny suit with long bunny ears. However, Bennett's fiancée contested that their assailant didn't have bunny ears, but was dressed in a white pointy hat, a bit like the Ku Klux Klan. So that's a bit interesting, isn't it? Bit of a... so apparently they argued about this, and Bennett was like, no, it was a bunny suit, and she was like, no, it wasn't. So, unclear about that. They both remarked seeing his face clearly, but in the darkness, they could not determine his race. The police returned the hatchet to Bennett after examination. Weird that the police gave it back to him. Do you know what I mean?
Here's a souvenir.
Well, he'd be a tammy. You might as well get a free hatchet out of it. You think they'd keep that? Do you know what I mean? Out of for like police. Yeah.
Oh, no, keep a souvenir from it.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? The second reported sighting occurred on the evening of the 29th of October. So, what's that, 10 days afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
When construction security guard Paul Phillips approached a man standing on the porch of an unfinished home in Kings Park West on Guinea Road. Phillips said the man was wearing a grey, black and white bunny costume and was about 20 years old, 5 foot 8 inches tall, and from the look of him weighed about 175 pounds. This is really accurate information.
Yeah.
This guy's earning his wage as a security guard. He's on it. The man began chopping at the porch post with a long-handled axe, saying, "You're trespassing.
Oh,
Come any closer, and I'll chop off your head."
That's scary.
It's a bit demented, isn't it? How he was just standing on this porch, just like hacking at the post, and then the security guard just like approaches, and he's like, "What you doing, man?" And he's like, "I'll chop off your head." Also, what's he on about? You're trespassing. Surely he was trespassing on the unfinished home. Do you know what I mean? What a nutbar. So, Fairfax County Police opened investigations into both incidents, but both were eventually closed for lack of evidence. The Bunnyman was at large. In the weeks following the incidents, more than 50 people contacted the police claiming to have seen the Bunnyman lurking around with an axe late at night.
And was this one of the things that was like put in a newspaper or something? Because that can get people... Oh, it was. Is that what it said?
Everyone's paranoid.
Hysteria, as it's called.
Like people get in contact.
Like with the mad gasser.
Yeah, that was it. And it was the mad gasser, and there was also the letters. Oh no, that's something I watched. I think that's the
letters.
Yeah,
maybe you should tell us about that. Is that based on a true story?
Yeah, it was about this. I can't believe I haven't said it on the pod before, but it was like someone moved into this house. And they were just getting these letters all the time, but no one who knew who it was from. Like, I'm watching you.
Mate,
I'm gonna keep...
We did talk about this.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I did.
It was that program, wasn't it? I think I was the one that recommended it to you.
Yeah, that's it. But that was mental, and I remember from that it was like the police would get so many reports, reports and things, but like none of them ever believed it because once it's kind of out in the public eye, everyone's like, I want to get in on it, like or thinking.
Yeah, that was a really good program on Netflix about it, wasn't it? But it was like, but it's all based on a true story.
Yeah.
Did you watch that, Emma?
What's it called?
You definitely should watch it. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll find out for you. But I even did like a little song for it because it was back when we did Mystery Mondays, and I made up like a demented song about it. Yeah. I made up like a really demented song about it. I can't remember exactly.
Surprised I haven't watched it if it's on Netflix and it's like
about a true story about
especially because it's a true story, and maybe I have.
Yeah, it's like it ruined these people's lives. Like the people that lived in the house, they were getting like these demented letters from somebody who claimed that they used to live in the house or something. But they had all this like personal, intimate information about the people that lived in the house and that, and it was like freaking out. And they said they like look out the window and they just like see people like cars slowly driving past and that. They went fully crazy, and they were like completely paranoid because they didn't know who it was.
I think
so like
the wife and the guy broke up and stuff.
Yeah.
It was all this. Yeah, it was crazy.
It was a dark foreboding tale. Yeah, we'll find out what it's about. So I'll find out what it's called, Imo, and then I'll send it to you so you can watch it because it's really good. It's like a little series that came out. What'd you say, Drew? Like 3 years ago, something like that?
Yeah.
About 3 years ago. It came out on Netflix. It's based on a true story. Really creepy. Really creepy.
I'll see if I can speed find it whilst you tell your story.
Speed find it. Yeah, I'll get back to this.
The Watcher.
That's it, The Watcher.
The Watcher. Let me see if I've watched it.
2022.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
It was really, on it, man.
I might have.
I just vaguely reckon, like, I forgot we discussed it on the pod and like made.
I'm trying to remember how the song went. That I made up, and it was it was like proper demented. You know what I mean? It was like I can remember I mentioned the Watcher in it. I was like the Watch.
I think I have watched it. Yeah, I have.
I'll have to try and find the song a little bit later, and then Yeah,
I've watched it. Yeah.
But getting back to it is really good, isn't it? Getting back to the Bunnyman. So in the weeks following the incidents, more than 50 separate people contacted the police claiming they'd seen the Bunnyman. Several newspapers, including the Washington Post, reported that the Bunnyman had eaten a man's runaway cat.
What cat? Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? The cat eats the bunny, not the bunny eats the cat.
He was getting some twisted revenge for the bunnies, wasn't he?
Yeah, getting his own.
Yeah, the Post articles that mentioned this instance were on the 22nd of October 1970, a headline: "Man in bunny suit sought in Fairfax." Also, on the 31st of October, of course, Halloween, Washington Post headline: "The rabbit reappears." On November the 1st, headline, Bunnyman strikes again. On the 4th of November, Bunnyman seen. Getting a bit unoriginal by this point, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just Bunnyman seen.
Bunnyman, Bunnyman, Bunnyman.
And then by by the 6th of November, bunny reports are multiplying. In 1973, Patricia Johnson, a student at the University of Maryland, College Park, submitted a research paper that chronicled precisely 54 variations of incidents. Many maintain the basic plot in some shape or form, but vary in details like location and specific events. A handful even mention the Bunnyman committing murders, a detail at odds with the two verified and documented sightings. Connolly cites this as evidence of how the original Bunnyman story had mutated through various retellings, and that the story would be taken to new heights during the early days of the internet, which it seems to have done. Connolly further stated that the most widely circulated version of the story was posted to the website Castle of Spirits in 1999. In it, the user Timothy J. Forbes claimed the Bunnyman was a convict named Douglas J. Griffin, who escaped to a railroad overpass while being transported to a new facility by bus in 1904. The story proceeds to chronicle a series of grisly, almost supernatural murders committed at Bunnyman Bridge, mostly occurring decades before the officially documented sightings. According to Connolly, all the specific events in the Forbes version are false. Not only did the stated murders never happen, but key institutions mentioned, such as the Old Clifton Library, allegedly the source of the author's information, never existed in the first place. So yeah, very cool story. Thought it was worth talking about on the pod, but I think it does seem very much to be a case of, yeah, there obviously was some crazy bloke walking around doing some mental things in a bunny suit with an axe, because we've got at least 2 verified sightings, one from an Air Force cadet and one from a security guard.
It's like the Killer Clowns of 2016.
Yeah, that was mental, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was really mental.
Someone probably heard about it and then decided to go around in a bunny suit. And
it's like what's it called? Like a social contagion. Yeah. It's a bit like, there was that town in I think I can't remember if it's modern day France or modern day Germany, but they basically we talked about it on the pod ages ago. It's like, when like somebody started dancing and then the other people started dancing.
Oh, what, the dancing plague?
And then the dancing plague. And then everybody started dancing, and apparently it's like documented that people were like uncontrollably dancing non-stop for like a week or something. And to the point that like apparently some people like died of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Dancing themselves to death.
They weren't eating or sleeping.
Plague.
But yeah, do you remember that about the clown social contagion, Drew? So
no.
After when the remake of It came out in, I believe, what was it, like 2017?
Yeah.
I think it was 2017 that it came out.
2017 or 16 maybe.
I
think it was 17 because it was after the whole like killer clown pandemic.
So I think the remake of It came out in 2017. I remember I went to see it in the cinema. Obviously, the original It movie was successful. And obviously it's a book by Stephen King, which is really successful in its own right. But then obviously the remake happened. And as a result, sort of, crazy clowns were on everyone's mind and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then it seemed like all over the world, people were starting to like ring up the police and telling tales of like, they'd be like driving down the road in the middle of the night, and then some person like dressed as like a demented clown would just walk out in front of the road and like start to like trying to attack their vehicle and that. I mean, it happened to like loads of people. Like all over the world. You can go on YouTube and look in like 2017 like clown attacks or like social contagion or something like that, and you can just watch all of these compilations from like all over America, all over the UK, all over like Australia and that, and it's just like it almost just like took the West by storm.
I used to watch videos on YouTube of this family that used to have a killer clown always coming to their house and attacking them, but
a real one?
It wasn't actually a killer clown. It was their dad and the killer clown in like a costume. But they'd like obviously get a lot of money.
Their dad was just messing with them?
They did over 2 years worth of videos, I swear, of just doing like killer clown content because they get so many views because everyone would think killer clowns trying to break in their house.
So they were all on it together?
Yeah.
Right.
They'd like...
I thought their dad was just psychologically
capitalising on it.
They just made like a little like series almost of like the killer clowns trying to break in. It's going through their house. They're getting security cameras. They're catching it, but they can never catch it in real life. They follow it back to its headquarters, like its little like hut in the woods and stuff like that. It was sick to watch, to be fair, but
that's pretty
I
cool.
actually thought it was real, but I looked back at it the other week and I was like, nah, it's not real.
Is it like really obvious when you look back that it's not real as well?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Staged.
That's so funny. So
how
did I believe it?
So was some of it was like real, not of that one on YouTube, but of the thing that was happening with it. So
there was like real psychos.
So it almost inspired a lot of people to dress up like clowns, but also also like people thought they were seeing things, but they actually weren't as well. Like a bit.
I think it's literally that like there was a social contagion where like people. It was like this weird thing where like
that gimp suit guy who was down the lane. That you knew. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've ever told you about that.
That was
about the gimp suit guy.
Don't know.
When I was coming home with like carnival with my daughter, and there was like the gimp suit guy.
No, you haven't told me about that.
I'll tell you about that quickly in a minute. But yeah.
Apparently, there used to be someone with like a plague mask a couple of years ago standing outside all the secondary schools around the area.
What, in Bridgewater?
Apparently.
What?
I don't know if that was true or not, but there was
that's
a plague
creepy.
mask.
A plague mask.
But I don't know whether that was
plague
actually
doctor.
true or just like teenagers like.
Yeah,
spreading stuff,
yeah. Again, like an urban legend.
I never saw it, but I was always on the bus, like leaving at that point. So
yeah, so you're like unlucky. We'll walk home have to deal with it.
Yeah,
surely the teachers would have like taken care of that if that was the case.
I have no clue.
That's a cool story though. That's like a good premise for a movie in itself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, not very original, but still would be quite entertaining. Yeah. So Drew, so man, you should look it up in a bit because I know you like weird stuff. But yeah, just type in like clown attacks or like 2017, 18 like clown attacks. And I think the reason they died down in the end was because it was happening like it was almost like growing in number and like people were like getting like, you know, I said so many of them happened. I think like it might have even been like hundreds worldwide. But then I think a couple of them ended up getting like mowed down in the car and stuff like that. And I think a couple of them might have even been like shot or like gang beaten and that like that. And then it seemed to die down because it was almost like the people that were doing it obviously were getting like a thrill out of it and a kick and like an adrenaline rush. But some of them bit off more than they could chew, and then they end up getting like run over and assaulted and stuff, and then it seems to die down. But it was like a mental social contagion for ages. It was like all over the West. Quite fascinating, really. You know, I guess it's a bit like how I really want to one day dress up as Bigfoot.
But they like chase people with like machetes, like baseball bats.
They had baseball bats and machetes and stuff.
Like,
sorry, Drew, have you found out some information? Do you want to spread the knowledge?
The clown attacks of 2016 were actually widespread creepy clown sightings that caused mass hysteria across the US, UK and other countries starting in late August 2016. While some incidents involved violent attacks by people in clown costumes, many were pranks or marketing stunts intended to scare people, often fueled by social media and leading to a phenomenon that faded after Halloween.
Right.
So it was up until after Halloween, apparently. Weird.
It was scary though, I remember it. Like I just remember like going every time I'd want to go to the woods like to walk my dog, I'd be like, oh, I can't go alone, like, and if it's night, a killer clown's gonna come get me. Bear in mind I was like 8 at that point.
The killer clown of Puritan.
But I was just so scared that a killer clown was gonna come get me. My brothers, where they were like early teens, were like annoying me and being like, you're gonna get killed by a killer clown if you go out at night.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's the sort of thing an older brother would tell you though, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just like terrified.
I bet I can imagine you saying that to like Sherelle and Savdru when you were younger. I can imagine out of all the places though, like probably that you were going to get attacked by a killer clown, Puritan's probably like the least likely, isn't it?
Yeah,
do you know what
definitely.
I mean? It's quite.
Not getting attacked by anything there.
It's a very small place as well, Puritan, isn't it?
Not anymore, really. Like it's growing. No, I think they're planning to join like Puritan and Wellavington.
Are they?
Yeah, there's got like gravity and everything, haven't they? There's like hundreds of new houses.
That's so mad, isn't it?
Like moved here like 12 years ago.
Well, the thing is, I haven't actually like been in the village in ages, but like sometimes I'd like cycle there from my house when I lived in West Oxford when I was a kid. Have you not been to?
I've been Wellavington, but I haven't been Puritan. Like in my head, I might have drove past it through it or something at some point. But I've never. Yeah,
there's loads of new houses. We used to have like a big field opposite our house where like you'd see foxes and bunnies and deers and all that, and now there's just loads of houses.
I remember it spanned me out the first time. You know when you like drive from if you're driving from like the motorway junction like Dumble towards say like Glastonbury or like Wellavington, whatever. Spanned me out that first time that they like, changed it and there was like a roundabout and everything. I was like, whoa, what the hell? Do you know what I mean? It's like, do you know what I'm on about, Drew? Like they all changed the road and stuff.
It's better now though because people don't speed up there as much. Which is good because there was someone who sped up there the other day, 2 cars, and they crashed. Because there was obviously traffic at the hill, so they went up there, couldn't see the traffic, and then had to slam on their brakes, and they were going like 80 miles per hour.
That's just dumb, though.
So
isn't it?
yeah, they went into the woods.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, at least they didn't go in the back of someone else's car.
Yeah, you can see there's like the skids on the road and all that.
Yeah, skidders.
I was waiting for you to
rubber
say that.
skidders.
Those old skid marks. Yeah. What's just as like a final note about the Bunnyman though. What's quite interesting is that a variant of the story appears as an urban legend all the way on our side of the pond in England.
That's crazy.
And that's cool, isn't it?
Maybe he's travelled.
But this is like it seems to be a completely different story. This one seems almost like more supernatural and more weird. So it turns out that some detainees in Wembley police station were said to have been beaten up in their cells inexplicably by an assailant who they said was dressed up in a bunny costume. In one version, when the station was closed, an old locker was apparently forced open, and inside, a costume of a bunny was found with bloodstains all over it.
Ew.
What?
So that's quite weird, isn't it?
That's
yeah,
creepy.
Wembley police station in England. Yeah, I said some of the detainees, staying in the cells overnight for naughty behaviour. Apparently, a bunny just came into their cell and then just beat the crap out of them.
And then left the costume in like a old locker.
And then when the station was closed, they found
something bad to happen.
Nah.
It's after that I watched the new Conjuring film and now I'm just paranoid about everything.
What was like that?
You watched that on Monday night, right?
It was so good, yeah. It was.
What was like that? What was like that?
Do you know what's even funny? What's even funnier, Drew, is until you pointed it out, I just knew exactly what you meant. And I didn't even think anything of it. I was just like, oh yeah.
So,
what was that like?
No, it was really, really good. It was my first horror movie I'd watched in the cinema though, and me and my friend were sat there
Were you Karen?
Was
it scary?
Cowered together. I was terrified.
Yeah.
That's the scariest one I've ever watched out of all the Conjuring films. Yes. The only bad experience I had someone sat. I was on the second to back row, so there was a row behind, and I was on the end. So there was. Behind me, there was the two seats that have no one sat in front of them. Mm-hmm. So the people had their legs stretched out. And the man who was closest to me, his feet absolutely stunk and they were right by my face. And he kept tapping his feet together. And it was annoying me so much. I just kept on sighing quite loudly, looking back, trying to make it obvious without saying
can you
it.
get your stinky feet
and
away?
Then I was moving my arm out on the armrest because it was quite close to my arm.
Mate, you've got to have quite stinky feet for that. You to smell that in the cinema.
No, literally, it smelled like
cheese.
No, not like cheese. It was soggy, after football, sweaty and soggy. It was just horrible.
Maybe he did come straight after something like that.
No, because he had Vans on. It wouldn't have been.
Weird.
And he was a middle-aged, to old man.
Man, I'm so glad that I've never had that experience in the cinema. Do you know what I mean? I've had some annoying experiences, minorly, but never somebody with their stinky feet stinking me out. You know?
Yeah, I didn't like it very much.
Yeah.
But the film was good, really good. I recommend it to anyone who likes paranormal or horror films. It's really true stories. I think it's even scarier because it is true. So everything that actually happened, and I'm oh.
Yeah, it's all based on true story, isn't it? With the Conjuring stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. I wonder how much of it is I'm sure it is, obviously, to an extent at least, but
dramatized for the
movie.
Do
you know what I mean?
I did see something about the Conjuring houses, though, that apparently, don't know if it's true or not, but what's that comedian? What's he called? There's this,
what does it look like?
He's a young
British
one.
Comedian?
He got, is it Matt Rife, I think?
I don't know, is he a British comedian or American comedian?
Don't know. I think it was.
I've never heard of Matt Rife anyway.
I don't know. I can't remember his name. I think it was him, possibly. He got cancelled for some of his jokes in there. But apparently he's bought the Conjuring house, the museum, and everything inside of it. So that's all the haunted items Annabelle and that. And apparently he wants to make it into an Airbnb. So
that is hilarious.
It's pretty crazy.
To be fair, I bet you could make.
I don't know why though, because all the stuff have had supposedly had demons in them. So that's a bit creepy.
Yeah,
they go around with holy water every single day.
Yeah, but thrill seekers love that sort of stuff, don't they? It's a bit like why people love going on fairground rides. It's just a freaking adrenaline rush, isn't it? It's the idea that something mental is going to happen or could happen or something. And I think it's as well. I do feel like people end up chasing the dragon as well, and I'm like that a little bit as well. Do you know what I mean? I've been to some of the most haunted places in Edinburgh and stuff, and even Dunster Castle. Apparently, there's that one room that's supposed to be super haunted, and I even went there quite recently and. I've been to Dunster Castle quite a lot of times, but even when I was in Edinburgh and I was in the Edinburgh vaults, and it's all these ghosts of serial killers are in there and that and they said that people have left there with scratch marks on them and bruises and been kicked and punched and had their hair pulled and that. But to me, I was just like in a dark room. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I didn't really feel like anything like oppressive or malevolent or anything like that.
I don't know where I saw
I did get an
it.
ingrowing toenail when I climbed Arthur's Seat the next day.
That's what it is. That's the demons.
Imagine that. That would almost be like such a petty thing, wouldn't it? Like,
they're messing with your toes.
I'm going to give him an ingrown toenail. How about that?
Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. I think
when you just like, have you ever just just gone on like a fat hike and stuff, and then it's like, because we didn't like get a taxi to the base or anything as well. We just walked, and it was about, I think it was like a 3 or 4 mile walk to the base, and then obviously it's quite a trek up and then back. So like, I think we'd walked like freaking like 13 miles, 14 miles that day or something by the time we were back. And I think it's like, because I was just wearing my boots and that as well. Like, I think it was just a bit too much on my toe. And then I literally bought some, just to give you guys graphic detail.
It's Matt. Sorry, quickly, it's Matt Rife. He bought. Oh, okay. He bought the Annabelle house. He bought the Annabelle doll and the Warren Occult Museum. So he didn't buy their house. The Warren
Occult Museum.
That's it. Yeah. He bought like their house, like as in with Annabelle doll.
Is he like holding it up?
No, you can't hold it. It's in a box.
Oh, I've seen that guy before. I think he was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, probably.
Because he's got like a paranormal YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think Joe Rogan's kids.
Matt.
Yeah, because I think Joe Rogan's kids loved his channel, so they were like, "Dad, you got to get this guy on your podcast." So like, Joe was just chatting to this guy.
Freaky things happened, didn't they? Like
I thought he was that comedian that got cancelled for stuff.
I don't know if he's a comedian.
I think he is. He is a comedian as well. Yeah,
I've seen him on the Joe Rogan podcast. That's cool that you've seen it as well, Drew. Yeah, because he was saying, wasn't he? Yeah, that like some of the stuff that's happened
because I couldn't remember.
Really creepy.
Yeah.
And they did buy his home.
Some weird stuff happened. Like they were on this ship. I remember them saying he was like there with like 2 Christian guys, and they were saying, "Oh, this might have been." It was some really famous YouTube. There was 2 of them on the show, on the Joe Rogan show, and they'd made lots of like content on YouTube about like ghost hunting and things. But they were really young, and they got famous when they were super young. But they'd done so much of it, and they had to stop it because things actually did get like freaky and stuff. And they were on this boat, and like they were doing this like Ouija board in like middle of one of the rooms or something, and like the Christian guys there was actually getting like real like, oh my god, like you gotta stop this, because like things like was smashing and stuff, and it was like really weird. But
that's pretty mental, isn't it? That's pretty mental.
Yeah, I always wonder, like
he did buy the house.
I don't get like super scared of stuff, like, and I haven't really felt much in places and that as well. But I almost like get worried about like just tipping the iceberg, and like all of a sudden, like where you do like awaken a demon or something or a bad spirit, whether they would just like be on you then, like, do you know what I mean? Almost,
or like the fact that like and I do wonder this sometimes. I don't actually think it's true, but at the same time, I'm just like, you just think, well, I wonder. And a bit like, when it's funny, isn't it? Because a lot of these things are literally just most likely coincidences, but it does make you wonder. Like when you took that freaking dreadlock, Drew.
Yeah, the 2,000-year-old dreadlock.
And then you had like quite a lot of bad luck for about a year and a half, 2 years, where you had like that motorbike crash. You had like the Bitcoin crashed.
Yeah.
Your crypto stuff.
Did you return it?
Bike crash, and then like you had all that mold issues and like plumbing issues at that place you were living in.
I reckon I left it somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, because I haven't got it now, so maybe I'm being left alone now. It's not in the vicinity.
Maybe it travelled of its own accord back to Peru.
But that is weird, isn't it? Like this, because it was part of their culture, wherever it was in Inca, that they never cut their hair. So and like they'd like all the bones were just in the desert, where like grave robbers had just like unearthed the graves,
unearthed them, but then left the
and then just left the bones. Bodies. So there's just like dreadlocks and skulls and I'm just there with a picture of like 2 thigh bones like this, like crossed over, like hey! And
2
like
femurs.
and I just took a dreadlock back with me, and some of the material of the wrap that they were wrapped in and stuff that was just all strewn about as well. Yeah, that's bad juju, man. Like who was that?
Why'd you take it home with you?
I don't know. It's just a souvenir, isn't it?
Just you've went to a random grave and taken the hair.
Do you know what, Drew? That was like such like a freaking what's his name from Peep Show? Like well, we just want a souvenir, innit? What was it? I remember Josh always used to say that you were like super hands. That's it.
Yes.
I remember Josh always used to say that you were a bit like super hands. Yeah, so it's like, why did you take that? Well, I just wanted a souvenir, didn't I?
Yeah, most people buy like a magnet,
fridge magnet,
or a shot glass or key ring.
Drew's like, I'm going to take back this like 3,000-year-old Incan mummy dreadlock, which may or may not make me haunted as hell.
Great.
Yeah. Cue like motorbike crash, bankruptcy,
mold.
Yeah, mold. Can't go for a poo because the freaking toilets. Fucking blocked up.
Oh, yeah, and I had to chuck so many of my belongings away because they were just so mouldy, and it was
that's gross, isn't it?
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. You know that's bad when it's like caked in mold to the extent where you have to just chuck it out. It's like really bad, isn't it? Like that.
I had mouldy
can increase
PE
your chance
shoes.
of cancer and that. Mouldy PE shoes.
Yeah, from where it was so soggy outside, and I had to have them like, in my locker. So no, it wasn't my feet that smelled. This was like 2 years ago.
There's a guy out there right now. Chatting to his mate. Oh, there was this girl the other night.
No, it wasn't me.
Mouldy PE shoes on.
To be fair, if it was you as well,
I'd been those shoes
you probably wouldn't
away.
have minded. You know what I mean? You know when it's like your own scent, you don't care.
No, I still don't like my like.
You know, it's like when you do like when you do like a really, really savage fart, and everyone else is like, "Oh my god!" But you're just sort of like a bit proud of yourself, and you're just like basking in it. You're like, "Yeah." It's like a little demon baby. It's like your little demon baby you've given birth to.
When it's even too bad for yourself, though, that's when you know.
Mate, I'm such an extremist. That's never happened.
It's happened a few times to me.
Mate, that's saying something as well, because you know how bad mine can be from time to time. Like, you know, if it's like, I remember that one that I did on like New Year's Eve, like 2018 or something like that.
Cleared the room out.
I cleared the room out.
Yeah.
And me and you and Nikki C were wasted. And you and Nikki C were the only ones freaking
used to it
wasted. Yeah, wasted and used to it enough that you guys just didn't care. We were listening to Black Label Society and we were all just air guitar and really wasted to Black Label Society. And about once every like 5 or 10 minutes, someone would just like really gingerly just pop their head open the door and just go, "Oh my god, it's still in!" And I just remember like Luke Rose. So we got this mate called Luke Rose, and he's just like, he's known for just being a bit of like a joker, but like he's quite witty and stuff. And I was like so on it with like my training and my diet back in those days and stuff. And I remember he was just like, "Pirate, I think you've been having too much whey protein." But it was like the way he like said it, his like delivery in that one. He was like, "Yo, pirate, I think you've been having too much freaking whey protein." I remember it was like so funny. Like everyone was sort of like just like laughing, but at the same time was like, "Oh my god, oh my god." Yeah, that was good. I was proud of that. Though.
At least I know if there's a random horrible smell, then it's.
I like it. Well, you take comfort now. You know that, do you?
Well, at least I don't. I can be in my head. Oh, I know that's Calum, rather than being like, "Oh, is that Calum or is it outside? Do I say anything or just in silence?"
So to you, is it the paranoia of where the smell's coming from?
Yeah, it's like, oh god, is it just me smelling this? You know, the whole like smelt it, dealt it. I don't want people to think that. So like, it's like, oh.
You'll be like in your head.
Where's
you'll be
that
like,
coming from?
"This Calum think that's me."
Yeah. Literally that. It's like at least we both know it's you.
You look over and I'm just like, just judging you, just judging eyes.
Instead, I know that it's gonna be you, and you'll be sat there like, instead smiling.
I don't get them that bad anymore.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Must have something in your diet, man. Do you reckon?
I think it was because of how much broccoli I was eating in those days.
Yeah.
No joke. I used to honestly, my diet was so simple, but I used to just buy like loads of bags of frozen broccoli.
That ferments in your belly. That's right, isn't it? Like vegetable ferments, and they say that about India. Have you seen that about like India? It's the least amount of meat is consumed in India, and you got all these people, and even if they're skinny, they're like skinny fat, and they've got these massive bellies, and it's like, why? It's because they have so many vegetables, and it's all and all like those spices and everything. It just all ferments in their belly and makes them real bloated, and it's like a thing. Even if they've got real skinny arms and like.
Just too much freaking lentils and like just every other herb and sort of plant under the sun. And you see that, don't you? Like with people that have much more like meat heavy diets, they tend to look a lot more like sinewy.
What does that mean?
Like lean and not very bloated.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it doesn't really like make you bloated. It doesn't contain anything that makes you like. Because it's funny because like I remember back at the time, people and even myself used to think it was probably because of my protein consumption, but but I still have a really, really high protein consumption now, but I don't really have bad fats. I'm convinced it's because of how much broccoli I have. Because basically, every time I'd have a meal, I would cook a bowl of broccoli.
Why?
Because it's just like
nice.
It's like a training diet. It's like a very, very basic training diet. So I would have like meat and broccoli.
Okay.
Or fish and broccoli, right? But I would cook it wasn't like a massive bowl. It was like a I'd guess like a medium-sized
standard breakfast bowl,
cereal bowl.
Okay.
And I'd fill it to the top, and I'd have broccoli. So I'd have like a bowl of broccoli, and then on a plate, I'd either have like a steak, or I'd have like 250 grams of cod, or I'd have bless you, or I'd have 250 grams of salmon, or 250 grams of chicken thighs, something like that. And then I would just switch up the protein. But I'd pretty much always have the broccoli.
That's crazy.
And like I didn't. It's not just like so. Sometimes I'd have like asparagus with it as well, or some oven cooked or grilled tomatoes with it as well. And
did you not go off broccoli?
I don't know. Like when you're like really, I think like just down a rabbit hole with something and super into something, and you just do it. You know, you just do it. I just don't really question it. I think to be fair as well, I think men are a bit different than women in that regard. I think women crave more like variation and stuff.
I eat the same thing too much. Like I get fed up of sandwiches.
See, I think most women, pretty much every woman I've known does. Whereas like in a way, I like the simplicity. I don't want to spend too much of my day thinking about what I'm going to eat. Yeah. I just want it just there. Like,
and I do most of the cooking as well. So I'm like, I do a banging stew, a banging spag bowl, banging steak and like chips and veg. And like, there's a few like meals that I just do really well, and like, or like a shredded ragu and stuff of just like all like beef shin.
You quite like your chicken shawarma as well.
Yeah, chicken shawarma, like things like that, you know. But like. I just rotate all of that.
I'm getting hungry now.
And Meg's like, oh, I want something different. But I can't be bothered to learn how to do something new. I can't be bothered to do this whole new like cooking routine. I think get loads of recipe books out on that. I know I do this really well and it tastes amazing, so I just cook that all the time. But it gets a bit boring. But I could happily just eat it every day.
Yeah, I think men are just like more like almost like utilitarian when it comes to food. To me, it's like, don't get me wrong, like I freaking love food, and there are lots of different types of food I like. Like there's not really much food I don't like, but at the same time,
when you got to prepare it yourself,
it's and to me it's almost like it's like fuel. The main thing is that I feel like I'm full up. I like to the point of like happiness, like not too full, not hungry. And that I know it's.
We've still got creepy music on in the background.
This is a creepy nutritional
I can't
conversation.
Hear it.
Yeah. Well, yes, because Drew's coming in through the same channel.
Oh,
so Drew and Spooky Music is coming through Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Not that means anything to anybody that's but Drew is so we've got some spooky music going on while we're talking about this. But I'm just rolling with it.
Yeah, let's go.
Because we're going to talk about some more creepy stuff in a bit anyway.
Oh, okay.
Once we've gotten over this impromptu nutritional chat.
Yeah, it started off with farts.
Yeah.
Which is a great one.
Dare you enter the chamber of farts? That was I remember that was like a South Park episode.
Was it?
I can't really remember else other than that, but I just remember it was an episode and it was called like it was like this there was this character and he was like, dare you enter the chamber of farts? Yeah. Shout out to anybody that remembers that South Park episode. It's a really early one. It might have even been season 1.
Oh, okay.
I remember I had it on VHS when I was younger, but yeah, I mean it's real funny. I had chicken legs for dinner last night, and I'm literally just having chicken legs again for dinner tonight as well.
Great.
Yeah.
I had these,
I'm happy to do that.
Chicken wrap things. They were great.
Chicken wraps.
Would
you make them yourself?
It's like I had it. My mum and dad had made it for me when I got back from ballet. There was like these like chicken with like marinated and stuff in a little wrap with some chips and
what was it marinated
something else.
Was it a bit like a Nando style?
Nando's-y style.
Yeah. Nice, like a Nando style chicken wrap almost, but homemade.
Banging. I wish that it had some like cheese or something in it, like something like some flavour of something else.
You wish you had cheese in it.
I wish it had like cheese or like cucumber or something, just something else in it, because it just like was a bit.
Halloumi, yeah, man.
It was just like a bit like plain. It was like just a plain chicken.
Do you like halloumi?
I have to crave it, but yeah, I prefer like mozzarella dippers.
Right. That's so funny. So like every now and again you'll get like a strong craving for it, and then you'll like it, but if not, then no.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I work with most foods. I only like them if I have a craving for them.
I had do you know what? I don't usually get cravings, but like on last Friday night, I was lying in bed and I had the strongest craving for like mature cheddar. Do you know? And like, you know,
mate,
like
that's me every night.
Because I think it's such like
I get craving for crisp sandwiches.
You can really do.
Yeah. All
the
time.
Like
like
a crunchy, crumbly, mature cheddar. Or
you know, I
I
think
like
it's because it's like
those
such a visceral like flavour / smell. Like as soon as it got into my head, I was just imagining like the crumbling up in my mouth and just like almost like that nice mature flavour like sinking into my gums. And man, I struggled to freaking get to sleep. And then as soon as I woke up on Saturday, I was like, right, I'm going to Sainsbury's and buy myself a freaking block of cheddar. Do you know what I mean?
Mate.
And I just freaking
over
like
the road
wait
from us. There's it's called Broad Bean, and they got all these different types of cheese, and they're just friggin' amazing. There's a mature cheddar in there called Bomber, and I think it's like a Welsh company that do it, and it is so good. It's in like this wax. It's like, you know, when cheese comes in the big wax kind of
like a Baby Bell.
Yeah, but like a big huge round of cheese.
Yeah,
and like he cuts it off, but you've still got the wax on it. And I realise what that wax is for like when you're cutting it, if you cut it with a knife, if you don't cut it with the wax on, it all crumbles everywhere. But if you like cut through the wax, it like lets you do like nice slices. I mean, I guess that's what it's for, like, because it really worked when I did that.
That's your assumption.
Yeah,
I mean,
banging though.
Well, you know what they say. It's like Occam's razor. The most likely reason is, you know, or whatever. The most likely scenario is the correct scenario, so you're probably right, man. But yeah, so it's funny because I remember even thinking to myself, I was like, I don't usually get cravings.
I get cravings all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, a lot of the time it's like KFC, like mini chicken fillets. My brother works at KFC and bought me some back.
Oh,
your brother works at KFC?
Yeah.
Which one? The one in town?
The one in Dunbar.
Oh yeah.
So he bought some for me.
I've been to that one before. You never know. Your brother might serve me.
He might. Well, no, he's the chef, so he cooks. Yeah.
Oh well. Well, it's good to know somebody that can cook some.
So that was great.
So your brother knows the Colonel's secrets.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He said don't eat the gravy.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Someone said that. Oh, I'm like in this part of this luthier group. Like it's you know, like a Patreon thing, and it's all luthiers that like that.
Do you know what that is?
No.
So guitar makers.
Okay.
And like there's like real famous guitar makers on, and they do like interactive chats every week and stuff. And this one guy was on there, and he was like talking about his career and that, and he was saying that he used to work in KFC like when he was like really young, and he said exactly the same thing. He was like, don't eat the gravy, or don't ever try and find out what's in the gravy. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And
that sounds so ominous.
It's super gross.
Yeah, I know what's in it.
Tell us.
Tell us. Because he wouldn't say it on the podcast. He's like, no, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone.
Gravy.
If you like KFC gravy, then turn away now.
You've had your warning.
Yeah.
Anybody that wants to go on happily eating KFC gravy, tune back in 60 seconds. Right, tell us, Emily.
It's grease scraped from the bottom of the fryers and stuff like that. So like the ovens and all that. It's just all the grease.
Yeah,
they just like ferment it for a couple like hours and then serve it to you.
That sounds so rank. Imagine how bad that is for you.
Yeah.
Imagine how bad that is for your
all
heart.
Grease, yeah.
Imagine just like
it's not like proper gravy
going into your bloodstream and just going into your heart, and then your heart's just trying to pump that around your body, and it's all just like clogging up. Like
it's not like proper gravy with like the like water from like your veg and stuff like that. They don't have veg, so it's not going to be like proper nice gravy. So yeah.
Do you know how to make a proper gravy, man?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Like without granules?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't usually do it without granules, but I know how to do it, yeah. Like, because I'm really into watching Marco Pierre White and Gordon Ramsay videos.
Because I need to learn, because it's literally like the granules are like a secret weapon, because I usually I use the meat sauce, like the meat juices and veg juice and stuff like that. But then I just like add a few granules to it, or if I do a stew, I do a real nice stew, and I just add a few granules, and it like thickens it up real nice.
Yeah, me too.
But I want to learn how to do it without the granules, because the granules aren't so good for you. They've got like stuff in them that's like a bit more processed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what's the secret to a good gravy?
I think corn flour is how you can thicken it without the. But you just really need to make sure, obviously, that you're cooking your meat and your veg in a way that you can really utilise with that juice and that.
Use that as the main thing with a bit of corn flour.
Now I just want like a bowl of gravy.
Yeah, gravy is great.
I'm glad you
like stuffing though. Gravy and stuffing.
Bullwinkle didn't used to like gravy,
and it was such a disappointment.
Yeah, until we went and did the Negroni cocktail video, and then because Drew and Bullwinkle got to my house in the Stog, and then I put in like a slow roast lamb.
Yeah.
So the whole time we were gone, and we came back and we had slow roast lamb leg and chips and gravy.
Yeah.
Proper northern. And obviously I made the gravy with all like the lamb juice and that, and because I also cooked it all with like stock as well, I put all like chicken stock all around the lamb.
Yeah.
So it was like it was like lamb juice mixed with chicken stock with just a bit of gravy granules. Yeah. And Bullwinkle was like, "Man, I've never had gravy like this before. I really like it." And I was like, "Yeah, nice, converted him."
You changed it.
I think before he said that he'd only literally just had like I think he'd only just had like 100% granule gravy. Do you know what I mean? So. Yeah. It's just different, isn't it?
I don't like it as much when it's just like boiling, like the boiling water or like whatever with just the gravy granules. I like it better when it's got like the vegetable or meat juice.
You want to get the veg and the meat.
Yeah, like both of them.
I've never done it with the veg juice. I've only done it with the meat juice. So I'm gonna do it with
try it.
But it's quite good as well because normally, unless I was making a gravy, I would never boil my veg because when you boil vegetables, a lot of the nutrients seeps into the water, so you're losing a lot of the nutrients. So it's much better to steam it, or apparently even microwave it.
Oh, okay.
Controversial, but apparently actually you do retain more nutrients that way. But anyway, steaming is the best way. But so I never usually boil my veg. But if you're making a gravy, it's actually good. So yeah, if we're like making like a roast, we'll like boil the peas, boil the broccoli, all the whatever else vegetables we're having, Brussels sprouts, and then you end up with obviously this like super nutritious, quite green looking water. Then mix that with all the juices from whatever meat you've been cooking. And then you've got like a super nutritious like liquid there,
That's why stew's always good as well.
I'm do it in like roast places, like those places that you can go and get a Sunday roast.
Well, like, Carveries.
That's it. I'm pretty sure they do it there. I can't remember the name. I haven't been in a while, but I'm pretty sure they do that there, like the water. From
what place?
Just most places.
Oh, just any place that does a carvery.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were like talking about like a specific place.
No, just like most carvery places.
Yeah,
if the carvery ain't doing that, I don't want to be there.
Yeah, no, right, man. Yeah. I remember I'm not sure, I don't know if it's as good as it used to be, but I remember I went through a stage, and I think you came me a few times through as well. Like, you remember the Merry Monk? Oh, look at that. What's that you got there, man?
This is so cool. Meg works for a kombucha company, or like, and like, serves like loads of kombucha companies all around the world, so she's always on the phone to them, so she always tries to get them to send them. And this one's from Czech Republic, and it's just a hops one, so it's almost like a beer kombucha, almost like.
That's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, because like beer's made out of hops, isn't it? But
cheers.
So it's nice. So it hasn't got any alcohol, but it's
hoppy,
but hoppy still. So
staying on the bunny
nice.
Yeah, man.
I forgot we talked about that.
Yeah,
that's how it all started.
That's how it all started today.
Sorry for that rude interruption. Anyway,
no, that's all right, man. No, that's cool. It's interesting. Yeah, but we used to go to that Merry Monk in Taunton quite a lot, didn't it? It was like in Monkton Heathfield.
Yeah, that was.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was.
Did you ever go there?
I don't think so.
Really good. It used to be like so heaving on a Sunday, but they do really nice carveries.
Yeah.
I'd always leave there like stuffed, because I think when you go for carvery as well, because you obviously pay like a set fee.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to get my money's worth.
Yeah. So I do like a mountain of food, and I just leave there like, oh my god, like can't eat for the rest of the day. Like,
I go there with like my grandma and granddad sometimes.
Yeah.
Like as a family, I think last year, we did it for like their birthdays with like my cousins and that. Which is nice.
Nowadays, if we go anywhere, I haven't obviously been since last winter, because it's like you don't really.
I like the stuff in.
You're not in the mood in the hotter months, but we go to the windmill down St Audrey's.
Yeah,
that's good.
What's that one by like Hinckley and stuff as well? Is it the Babbling Brook?
Babbling Brook.
I've never been there, but like a lot of people would always say, "Is it? It's not like real good." I thought it was.
I'd rather drive that extra 10 minutes and go to the windmill if you're like, say, where I am personally.
What's the one that's on the way to is it on the way to
just like, for everyone listening, it's like, so now we're just getting some information about if we want to go for a carvery in Somerset.
What's the one is it on the way, like by the roundabout on the way to Burnham?
Oh, I know exactly what you're on about. Yeah, it's that
one's nice.
Yeah, like it's just past Burnham, isn't it? Like in between Burnham and Weston almost.
Yes, that roundabout there.
What's that pub called? Do you know it's so annoying?
Nice. That's right. That's the most
usually I'd know
one
which one you're on about.
I
know I'd be able to say the name.
Yeah, that's the most recent one I've been to, apart from my mum's homemade ones.
Yeah.
But
it's well annoying. Yeah, it's just before that roundabout where you either go left to Weston or right to Bristol.
Yeah.
And it's like right before that roundabout. Yeah. Like once you've passed Sanders.
Yeah.
Sanders Garden Centre, and then you keep going a little bit. It's on the left. Yeah, before that roundabout.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It's well annoying. Anyway.
Mm.
Anyway.
Oh, now I want a carvery.
Yeah.
I don't ever want a carvery. But
I don't even know how we got into that conversation, but yeah. Do you know what? I've never really been into KFC gravy, so I'm glad though that I haven't.
Yeah, same.
I'm just not really into. I don't know.
Not my vibe.
I just like, for me, one thing that really annoys me at places like KFC and anything like that is they don't do vinegar.
No.
So, because I love vinegar, so what I usually do is if I'm like taking it away, then I'll always, really quickly get home and then... Do you know what I've even done before is I've had vinegar in my car if I'm going to KFC.
Remember that?
Okay.
So I can vinegar my food in the car.
My brother's girlfriend really likes vinegar. I'm not a big vinegar
I like it
fan.
on the chicken and the
I'm
chips.
not a big fan of it. I have to
I
be
like
really
tangy flavours.
Oh, okay.
I love Marmite. I love
like
vinegar.
Marmite. I had a Marmite and cheese
I love
sandwich
coffee.
today.
Oh, Marmite and cheese, that's good.
Yeah, Marmite's good, man.
I had Marmite cheese sandwich for lunch and I enjoyed it.
Marmite's so good. Such a British
That's a
thing,
secret ingredient for me in a spag bowl as well. I just put a massive dollop of Marmite in it. Like,
you put Marmite in your spag bowl?
Yeah, when I'm doing a spag bowl from scratch, I'll put a big dollop of Marmite in it, and it just kind of like it's quite a nice.
When
you
it
can't
gets
really taste it that much, but it gives it a bit more of a kick.
Tell you what, it's pretty good for you as well. Loads of B vitamins in that, like in the yeast.
Love Marmite.
One thing I always do, because in winter I like making stews, is I'll always put like a couple of tablespoons of Bovril in.
What's that?
Bovril tastes similar to Marmite. It's not quite strong and tangy, but it's made from boiled up beef bones.
It's really nice.
So good for you.
That sounds great.
Super good for you, Imo. It's got loads of protein in it, loads of amino acids, really good for you. And it's basically like, so I love it on toast. So one of my favourite things to have as well is like, as like almost like a breakfasty brunchy thing, would be like if we got like a nice sourdough bread, and I'll have like Bovril and poached eggs on toast, on like sourdough toast. And trust me, that is banging. Ooh. But like Bovril and Marmite, they serve the same purpose almost. Yeah. And they do taste similar-ish, but Bovril's just not as strong. So I think like,
a bit more beefy.
It's a bit more beefy, but to me it's like, I don't really see how... I can imagine, if you're like, for some reason squeamish, a bit like your reaction, you'd be like, oh God, do you know what I mean? But like, to be honest, if you like Marmite, you would like it.
Probably my favourite thing to have Marmite on is probably crumpets. I love crumpets, but with like a little bit of butter first. Yeah. So it soaks in. Then a lot of Marmite.
I love it. You know when you like squeeze a crumpet and you see the butter
Marmite, I like the Marmite and butter like comes through it, and that's how I know my
sourdough crumpets as well. Tesco's do sourdough crumpets. Yeah, they do sourdough crumpets and they're amazing.
I don't know if this is a controversial statement or not, but do you know what I'm not a fan of?
What?
Like people putting jam on crumpets.
No, neither.
I'm not a fan of a sweet crumpet.
I'm a savoury crumpet.
Yeah, I want a savoury crumpet, man.
Especially because
I'm normally savoury over
it's
sweet.
It's hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why are you going to want like jam on a hot crumpet?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily
I don't really like
the
jam,
heat,
though.
because I think like jam on hot toast is nice.
I don't like jam though, so that's probably why. I like jam.
I like
jam,
but I don't ever eat it because it's not very good for you.
I
prefer a chutney over a jam.
Yeah, so again, a bit more savoury.
Like cheese and crackers and a bit of like
cheese and crackers
chutney on there or something like, like.
Do you want some cheese and crackers with some chutney?
Man. I love that. Just different types of cheese and a soft cheese.
It's a very like American and Canadian thing, isn't it? Like mixing sweet stuff with like savoury stuff.
It's like biscuits and gravy.
Sometimes.
Yeah, like like I know that Americans put like jam on crumpets, and I know like how like in like Canada and America, they'll sometimes have like maple syrup with bacon and that. I'm just not.
I can get on board with that with pancakes. I do that sometimes. They do amazing pancakes down here, and I was like, I don't know about this, but I tried it.
Bacon with it.
You can get bacon with it for extra, so I was like, I'm going to try that, and it was all like blueberries and like an is it called a compote when they do all the berries and that, like all mixed with like this. Like creamy dairy kind of thing with it as well, and then like maple syrup and streaky bacon, and it was good. It worked, but it was a bit strange.
It's just one of those things that like don't get me wrong. I'm sure if I actually had it, I think it was okay, but the idea of it in my head just sounds a bit weird.
Like a burger and a donut. Do you remember that place that did like?
I'm not a fan of that.
See, I dug that as well when I had it. Yeah, it was like a burger, but the bun was just a donut cut in half, and it was like.
I want to try that. That sounds.
It was
nice.
really good. It was.
You know what though? That's just.
I like bagels. Bagels have like a nice flavour.
That's so like unashamedly fatty though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like a burger in a donut. It's like. It's so almost like it's almost like shameless, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit shameless, you know?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
It just made me think of bagels And like bagels have like a really nice like the bread just tastes really nice. Yeah, like the texture, like the flavour of it, it's just different. Yeah, and I like it.
It's
firmer
like
and
with
chewy.
Some bacon or something in it. Yeah, bacon.
Like, I always got a bagel from
smoked
McDonald's
salmon.
if I was doing a morning. Haven't had one in a really long time
cheesy
now.
Bacon
But
flatbread.
A little toasted bagel with like some like smoked salmon on it or something.
Damn.
Nice. Yeah. Bagel.
I don't like salmon, but yeah.
You're not a fan of fish?
No.
Not at all.
I don't mind a little bit of cod or like something like that, but
You like the non-fishy fish?
yeah.
Like tuna and
I
cod?
hardly ever
don't
have
like
fish,
tuna.
but I do love it whenever I
Too
have it.
gross. I don't like the texture of it.
Was that Drew? You don't ever have fish?
No, not often, but when I do eat it, I like when we went on holiday to Greece, I had loads of fish because it was so fresh and stuff. But it's just something that, but it's really easy to cook, so I don't know why you don't have it more.
You should.
Because it's good for you.
I think there's so much like good fish as well that you just, but like things we wouldn't think of. Like, do you know what I mean? You get like some like lemon sole, or get some bass. Like
Meg
bass
eats
is
a
really
lot
good.
of sardines. Like you get them in tins and stuff. Like,
monkfish.
Oh, do you know what? I watched a Gordon Ramsay video last night actually, and it was really good. And it's like it's super simple, and it was like his like interesting take on a British classic, and it was like basically like fancy egg and soldiers, obviously British classic. Egg and soldiers, but dippy eggs. But
don't like eggs.
But
yeah.
So he'd get anchovies, right, and he'd mix it up in a pestle and mortar with butter, right. So until it's literally you've made yourself anchovy butter. So all the anchovies are like grinded up into a paste. So we do that first, then add the butter, mix it all up so you've got anchovy butter, and then they toasted his sourdough, spread that on it. So you've got this like nice fishy, like buttery toast, and then he made his eggs, and then like sliced them up into strips, and then had like anchovy sourdough toast. And he cooked the eggs as well. Sorry, not cooked the eggs. He fried the bread in at the anchovy oil that was like in the tin that he had the anchovies from as well.
You just made me feel like you just made me realise how much of a picky eater I am.
Does that make you feel a bit sick?
Yeah.
Was it? See,
like,
to me, I'm
anchovies and flipping eggs.
Anchovies got like a real nice salty flavour though. It's like it's real salty in that. It's
canary and potatoes.
It almost like makes my gums feel a bit itchy just thinking about it in like a good way. You know?
You guys got to try canary and potatoes. I said it before. That's so good.
I was trying to remember that the other day. Canary and potatoes.
Canary and potatoes. They're from the Canary Islands.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
They're literally like little like new potatoes almost, like the little ones, and they're just like cooked in like the fresh salt water, and it's so nice. They're like really salty potatoes.
Oh,
they're so nice though.
Anything salty's nice.
They're just so nice.
Canary and potatoes or papas arrogadas.
Would you like some papas arrogadas?
They're lovely,
my friend.
They look they look really nice.
They're great.
Can't go wrong. Should we segue into learning about one of the worst and weirdest killers in history?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We've got to spin the wheel later as well, haven't we?
Oh yeah. I mean, do you want to do that? Should we say that to the end, or do you want to do that now?
Save it to the end because you've got the spooky music going.
I didn't know how keen you'd be to spin the wheel.
No,
so
I love wheel.
People might remember that for a while we've done just something where me and Bullwinkle set up some facts on the wheel, and then Bullwinkle would spin it, and then wherever it would land, Bullwinkle would tell a different fact. So Imo's taking over that. So later on we're going to spin the wheel, and we're going to find out all about that.
Perfect.
Right. Do you guys know about Ed Gein?
No.
Born 1906, the 27th of August. Edward Theodore Gein was born in La Crosse, Wisconsin, United States. One of the most twisted men, arguably, to have ever been born. Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was loosely based on him. And so were several other like serial killers and stuff like that in various other fiends through horror movies over the years. He had several nicknames as he's gone down in infamy. The Mad Butcher.
I feel like you've told me this before.
I think I've talked to you a little bit about Ed Gein off camera.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, the Mad Butcher, the Plainfield Ghoul, the Plainfield Butcher, and the Butcher of Plainfield. He was convicted of first-degree murder and lots of other horrible crimes as well. I'll tell you about his early life, and then we can move on. So yeah, he was born on 27th of August 1906, the second of two sons, to George Philip Gein and Augusta Wilhelmine Gein. Gein had an older brother named Henry. Hello, Henry. Augusta, who was fervently religious and nominally Lutheran, frequently preached to her sons about the innate immorality of the world, the evil of drinking, and her belief that all women were naturally promiscuous and instruments of the devil.
Damn.
How do you feel about that, Emma?
That's creepy.
How do you feel about that?
Are you an instrument of the devil?
Are you an instrument of the devil, Imogen?
No.
No? Not today? Not today?
Never. What
Okay.
do you mean?
Depends
I'm
who you
an
ask.
angel.
Yeah, definitely well, yeah.
Why?
I bet your brothers would be like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm an angel.
So his parents reserved time every afternoon to read to them from the Bible, usually selecting verses from the Old Testament and the book of Revelations concerning death, murder, and divine retribution. Gein idolized and became obsessed with his mother. It's never a good start, is it? When you hear that, it's never a good start.
Obsessed with your mother.
And she's just reading you all this stuff from Revelations and that, like the sketchiest part of the Bible.
About how the frickin' angel of death, Abaddon, will come down.
Oh, I've never read the Bible.
Yeah, some interesting sections. I haven't read the Bible all the way through, but some really interesting. The Book of Revelations is like sketchy as hell. They should make a movie literally just called The Book of Revelations. That'd be great.
I'm surprised there hasn't been.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. Imagine that. Like the angel of death, Abaddon, comes down. He just
I've never heard of this.
It's really cool. Start.
Okay.
Anyway, so Ed Gein's father, George, worked as a carpenter, tanner, and in the city fire department. He also owned a local grocery. God, his dad was busy. He was a carpenter, a tanner, and a fireman.
A tanner?
And also a local grocery shop owner. What the hell?
A tanner? What, does he just tan for a living? Like, go down to the tanning salon?
That's what you do to... That's what you do to...
To
clothes.
What's a tanner?
And leathers.
So, yeah, it's usually like leathers, like animal hides and stuff. So you like tan them.
Oh, that's where he got
the
leather thing from.
Maybe. Yeah, it's probably where he learned. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Do you know what?
She's like a detective.
Where would you be without me?
Where would we be without you, Emma? Just bringing in the knowledge, yeah, you know? So putting two and two together.
Look at me.
Look at
Columbo.
me. Look at me. Look at Columbo over it. Yeah, so her dad also owned a local grocery shop, but soon sold the business and left the city with his family to live on a 155-acre farm, jealous, in the town of Plainfield, Wisconsin, which became their permanent residence. Augusta took advantage of the farm's isolation by turning away outsiders who could have influenced her precious sons. Gein left the farm only to attend school. Outside of school, he spent most of his time doing chores on the farm. Gein was shy. Classmates and teachers remembered him as having strange mannerisms, such as seemingly random laughter out of nowhere, as if he were laughing at his own internal personal jokes.
Creep.
I can imagine you doing that, Emma.
What?
Augusta
Thanks.
punished Gein whenever he tried to make friends, according to family acquaintances at least. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Imagine your mum punishing you because you're trying to make friends.
Weird.
That's weird.
Despite his poor social development, Gein did fairly well in school, particularly in reading. Moving on. On the 1st of April 1940, Gein's father, George, died of a heart attack at age 66. Ed and his brother Henry began doing odd jobs around town to help cover living expenses. The brothers were generally considered reliable and honest by the rest of the community. While both worked as handymen, Gein also frequently babysat for neighbours. He enjoyed babysitting, seeming to relate more easily to young children than to fellow adults.
Ugh.
Henry began dating a divorced mother of two.
Oh, I thought he was going to say child.
Thank God for that. And planned to move in with her. He worried about his brother's attachment to their mother and often spoke ill of her around Gein, who responded with shock and hurt. On the 16th of May 1944, Gein was burning away marsh vegetation on the property, but the fire got out of control, drawing the attention of the local fire department. By the end of the day, the fire having been extinguished and the firefighters gone, Gein reported Henry missing. With lanterns and flashlights, a search party searched for the 43-year-old Henry, whose dead body was found lying face down in the dirt. Apparently, Ed's brother Henry had been dead for some time, and it appeared that the cause of death was heart failure, since he had not been burned or otherwise injured. People speculate to this day, did Ed in fact have anything to do with his brother's death? It was later reported by biographer Harold Schechter that Henry had bruises on his head. Police dismissed the possibility of foul play, and the county coroner later officially listed asphyxiation as the cause of death. Don't you think it's mad that sometimes it seems, well, I say sometimes, it seems like quite a lot police departments are like quite lazy and will actually just want to get the job almost done as soon as possible, so they'll just almost like, yep, okay, no foul play, it's just like track this up to natural causes, and it's like, the guy literally had like wounds on his head.
It's crazy.
They're like, we don't want to do the paperwork.
Corrupt.
I remember my Uncle Dom said that. He said that's like a lot of like lazy coppers and that he's known over the years that just like don't want to do the paperwork.
It's not good though, because that's the whole job is to like keep everyone safe.
He'd say you'd literally be on the beat sometimes and they'd like view people committing crimes, and Dom would like go to do something about it, and this like fellow co-workers would be like, that'll be like 3 hours of paperwork back at the station, and Dom's like, yeah, that's what we do for a living, mate.
That's what you're paid to do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dom would like go off on like a freaking 5-mile chase down the canal while his mate would just be like, just back at the car, like, for God's sake, all right, I'll call it in.
The paperwork.
Yeah, right. Where was I? Oh, yeah, so they said that his official cause of death for his brother, apparently, at least on paper, was asphyxiation. The authorities accepted the accident theory, but no official investigation was conducted and an autopsy was never performed. Questioning Gein about the death of Bernice Worden in 1957, state investigator Joe Wilamowski brought up questions about Ed's brother Henry's death. George Arndt, who studied the case, wrote that in retrospect it was possible and likely that Henry's death was the Cain and Abel aspect of this case. Do you know what that means, Emma?
No.
Do you know about the story of Cain and Abel?
No.
So Cain and Abel were brothers in the Bible who apparently were like, super, super close.
Yeah.
But eventually Cain killed his brother.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah, so when you hear about, is it called fratricide? When you kill a sibling?
Maybe.
I think it's called fratricide if you kill I think it's called that if you kill a sibling. So it's called patricide if you kill your father. Matricide if you kill your mother.
Yeah.
And so I think so basically if you kill a sibling, it's often referred to as the Cain and Abel aspect. So
okay.
Basically, because it's obviously that's the first historical account of like a beloved brother killing his other a sibling. With Henry deceased, Ed and his mother, who were now alone, lived together. Augusta had a paralysing stroke shortly after Henry's death, and Ed devoted himself to taking care of her. Sometime in 1945, he later recounted that he and his mother visited a man named Smith, who lived nearby, to purchase straw. According to Ed, Augusta witnessed Smith beating a dog. A woman inside the Smith residence came outside and yelled for him to stop. But Smith beat the dog even harder, beating the dog to death.
The poor dog.
Don't like that.
Don't like that one bit. Augusta was extremely upset by this scene.
I'm upset.
However, what bothered her did not appear to be the brutality toward the dog, but rather the presence of the woman. Augusta told her son Ed that the woman was not married to Smith, and so had no business being there, and angrily referred to her as Smith's harlot. She had a second stroke soon after, and her health deteriorated rapidly. Augusta died on the 29th of December 1945 at the age of 67. Ed was devastated by her death. In the words of Schechter, he had lost his only friend and his only ever true love, and he was absolutely alone in the world forever.
Dear me.
Speechless.
On the 16th of November 1957, 58-year-old Plainfield hardware store owner Bernice Worden disappeared. The hardware store's truck was seen driving out from the rear of the building at around 9:30 a.m. The hardware store saw few customers the entire day. Some area residents believed that this was because of deer hunting season. Worden's son, Deputy Sheriff Frank Worden, entered the store around 5 p.m. to find the cash register open and bloodstains on the floor. Frank Worden told... Thank you. Thanks for the epic little interaction there.
You're welcome.
Frank Worden told investigators that on the evening before his mother's disappearance, Gein had been in the store and was expected to return the next morning for a gallon of antifreeze. A sales slip for the antifreeze was the last receipt written by Worden on the morning that she disappeared. That evening, Gein was arrested at the West Plainfield grocery store, and the Washoe County Sheriff's Department searched the Gein farm. A sheriff's deputy discovered Worden's decapitated body in a shed on Gein's property, hung upside down by her legs with a crossbar at her ankles and ropes at her wrists. The torso was dressed out like a deer that had been hunted, ready for butchering.
Gross.
She'd been shot with a .22 caliber rifle, and the mutilations were made after her death. Searching their house, authorities found a horror story. Inside, they found whole human bones and fragments, a wastebasket made of human skin, human skin covering several chairs as ornaments. He had skulls on his bedposts, female skulls, some with the tops sawn off that seemed to be used as drinking and eating bowls, a corset made from a female torso, skinned from shoulders to waist, leggings made from human leg skin, masks made from the skin of female heads that afterwards Ed admitted to wearing around his house, which is super freaking creepy, mate.
That's just disgusting.
Masks
honestly.
made from the skin of female heads that he would walk around his home wearing. That is such a demented image in my head. That is so
psychopath, honestly.
So was this a long time after his mum died then? So his mum died and then he went crazy and killed loads of people.
So on the morning, it was on the morning of the 16th of November 1957 that Bernice Worden disappeared, and his mum died in 1945. Yeah, so this is a 12-year jump.
Wow.
I can go into more detail about the time in between if you want, but I didn't know how interesting that would be. So I can give a bit more information about what happened in between that. But just to sort of carry on with what they found inside his house, they found Mary Hogan's face in a paper bag.
What?
Mary Hogan's skull in a box. Bernice Worden's entire head in a burlap sack. Bernice Worden's heart in a plastic bag in front of Gein's potbelly stove prepared for eating.
Gross.
9 vulvas in shoeboxes under his bed. Mate.
What a creep.
I think this guy might be the most demented guy ever.
Literally.
Do you know what I mean? Because even compared to people like frickin'
Jeffrey Dahmer and stuff.
Yeah, this guy is next level, isn't he?
Oh my god.
He's next level. 9 vulvas in shoe boxes under his bed, which were all decorated with skulls and that. What the hell? He found a young girl.
Woman.
Yeah, innit? He found a young girl's dress and the vulvas of 2 females judged to have been about 15 years old.
Oh my god.
Imagine walking around in a freaking young girl's dress around his home with this weird face mask on. They found a belt that had been homemade, that was made completely of female human nipples. They found 4 noses in a jar, a pair of lips on a window shade drawstring, a lampshade, a homemade lampshade made from the skin of a human face, and a jar of fingernails from female fingers.
That's horrible. Those poor women.
Apparently, the police officers and the detectives that searched his home needed counselling afterwards because it was such a disgusting and traumatic scene. That pretty much all of them needed counselling and stuff. Some of them even left their job.
Yeah, don't blame them.
These artefacts were photographed at the State Crime Laboratory and then, quote unquote, decently disposed of. When questioned, Gein told investigators that between 1947, so 2 years after his mum's death, and 1942, he had made as many as 40 nocturnal visits to 3 local graveyards to exhume recently buried bodies while he was in a daze-like state. On about 30 of those visits, he said that he came out of the daze while in the cemetery, left the grave in good order, and returned home empty-handed. On the other occasions, he dug up the graves of recently buried, middle-aged women he thought resembled his mother, and took the bodies home, where he tanned their skins to make his various paraphernalia. Gein admitted to stealing from 9 separate graves, but investigators think it was more. And he did actually lead investigators to the 9 graves that he did confirm. Alan Wilimowski of the State Crime Laboratory participated in opening 3 test graves identified by Gein. The caskets were inside wooden boxes. The top boards ran crossways, not lengthways. The tops of the boxes were about 2 feet below the surface in sandy soil. Gein had robbed the graves soon after the funerals, while the graves were not completed. The test graves were exhumed because authorities were uncertain as to whether the slight Gein was capable of single-handedly digging up a grave during a single evening. It's quite a lot of work, isn't it? I remember I dug out like a pond in my garden, and obviously, but there has to be like certain rules of how deep people have to be buried. I think like 6 feet is the minimum, isn't it? And obviously a casket's quite big. And even when I was like digging out the pond in my garden, which I only dug probably about 4 feet deep and probably about 4.5 feet wide.
6 foot deep,
but it
was a human.
It was about 3 hours sweaty labour. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like a fairly young guy that works out a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So so I can see why they would have been concerned about that. I guess you've got that farmer strength, haven't you? You know, grew up on a farm all his life, like doing all these jobs and that, like.
And when you're crazy, you know.
Yeah, you got that crazy strength, haven't you? You just don't really get tired and stuff. That's definitely a real thing, innit? I remember a family friend of ours, Andy Lauder. He was like a paratrooper and served in the Falklands and stuff like that. And he's like 6'4", really good rugby player back in his day. Rugby player, paratrooper, and he worked in like a a home for mentally ill people. And he said that he saw some like crazy stuff.
Insane asylum.
Yeah, like he doesn't do it anymore. He works with like people, what's it called when you're doing
community service?
Yeah, he's like a community service officer nowadays. So basically, he makes sure that all the naughty people doing their community service are actually doing their community service.
Yeah.
But when he worked in the mental home, he said that like some of the people that worked there would like have like if they'd like freak out, and obviously they're like not mentally right. He said they'd have like almost like a crazy weird strength, and they wouldn't even be like big guys. But he said like before he'd see like a normal like a regular sized guy just have like a fit and like ripped an oven out of the wall and just like threw it across the room and stuff.
That's crazy.
I think like an oven is quite heavy, isn't it? Like an oven is like it's like dense metal, isn't it? Like like
I can barely lift up a flipping tray of like
chips.
Yeah, probably.
Like a whole chicken.
Yeah.
That's like your limit. A chicken.
Yeah, fine.
A large chicken from Sainsbury's.
A lamb leg.
Thank you. No, I can barely lift up like a tray with like loads of plates on it.
Yeah, because that's your Saturday job, isn't it?
Yeah, Sunday job.
Sunday job, sorry.
Yeah.
At Blackmore Farm.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to be served by Imogen.
Oh, please don't.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
No, I'm going to get busy now. I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm going to get busy now.
You just have someone next and they, hi Imogen.
Hi. I'm going to be the one
I've come just for you.
I'm going to be turned into a human Imogen suit.
Oh, don't worry. Hopefully not. Oh, look, don't worry. Hopefully not. I mean, we're not going to put any safeguards in place, but yeah, hopefully not.
Great.
So where were we anyway in this twisted tale of Ed Gein? Yeah, so the grave they found, all the graves that they found were as Gein described. One casket was empty, another casket was empty but contained a few bones and Gein's crowbar. And the final casket saw most of the body missing, yet Gein had returned rings and some body parts. How considerate of him. Thus,
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Thus, Gein's confession was largely corroborated. Soon after his mother's death, Gein began to create a quote-unquote woman's suit so that he could quote-unquote become his mother, to literally crawl into her skin. He denied having sex with the bodies he exhumed, explaining that they smelled too bad. But during state crime laboratory interrogations, Gein also admitted to shooting 51-year-old Mary Hogan, a tavern owner missing since the 8th of December 1954, whose head was found in his house, but he later denied memories of the details of her death. A 16-year-old youth, whose parents were friends of Gein and who had attended baseball games and movies with him, reported that Gein kept shrunken heads in his house, which he had described as relics sent by a cousin who had served in the Philippines during World War II.
Psycho.
Yeah. Upon investigation by the police, these were determined to be human facial skins, carefully peeled from corpses and used by Gein as masks. During questioning, Sheriff Art Schley reportedly assaulted Gein by banging his head and face into a brick wall, so enraged at the investigation.
Good.
As a result, Gein's initial confession was ruled inadmissible. Schley died of heart failure in 1968 at age 43 before Gein's trial. It's almost like Gein put some bad voodoo on him.
Yeah.
Many who knew Schley said he was traumatized by the horror of Gein's crimes, and this, along with the fear of having to testify, especially about the assault that he put on Gein, caused his death. So basically it was like a mix of horror and stress that they think caused his death, which makes you really feel for Sheriff Schley.
Yeah.
You know? Imagine having to be
I'm glad he did do that to...
Well, they gave him, roughed him up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserved it, let's face it. Because it's sick, isn't it?
Yeah, it deserved to be, like, smashed against the wall.
Man, it's bad enough that he actually, like, murdered and mutilated some people. But imagine even hearing that, like, your mum's, like, remains were, like, desecrated. Mate, I'd be, like, freaking livid.
I'd be so annoyed.
Or just, like, any family member
like, if someone had either unburied someone,
had, like, your mum's
or, like,
face in, like, a bag in the
or,
house.
like, made their nipples into a belt.
Oh, mate.
Just stuff like that. It's just so weird.
I'd make them into a belt. In retaliation.
Oh, God.
Cut their nipples off. Yeah, I do like that, pal. Yeah. And then stitch them to his eyes. So he had
look at that.
Nipple
it's
eyes.
almost like Coraline, but instead of button eyes, it's nipple eyes.
Yeah, imagine that. And then tickle them.
Twist them. Or you get the deodorant. And you spray them and then you flick them off.
Oh.
Yeah, so they come off.
Does that actually work?
I don't know, I haven't tried it.
No, surely that can't work.
I don't know.
What, like freeze?
Someone try it and let us know. I'm joking. Please don't try it.
I reckon it would just really hurt.
Did you just make that up, Imogen?
No, apparently if you spray like deodorant, like so
really
this
close.
is your nipple, you spray it like right there.
Or like freeze
like,
dry.
really close for like ages.
A bit like frostbite sort of thing.
It'll like make it so cold that when you then flick it, it'll fall off.
Oh, I'm definitely not trying that.
It's a nasty way to go, that
no, because if it works, then you're one nipple down.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it does or not.
You'll be known as one nipple Larry.
Yeah, take one of Harry Styles' 4 nipples.
Has he got 4 nipples?
Yeah.
Like a cow?
Yeah, he ate his twin in the womb, that's probably why.
Yeah, he should try it.
Oh, he should
try it, shouldn't he?
He's got 4.
Have you seen his other nipples?
Yeah, I got a picture of him on my in a frame that my nan gave me. And you can see it, like...
You can see his nipples?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's got 4 nipples. I'm pretty sure it's because he ate his twin in the womb.
If he got really fat, he'd be like a cow with udders. You could milk him.
They're not all together. It's like they're normal places, then like one on his ribs and like one down lower.
Do you reckon he deliberately ate his twin? Because that makes him sound like a monster, doesn't it?
I don't think he had like those in
his twin's like in the womb.
Harry Styles, 4 nipples.
This is a twisted episode.
Harry Styles, 4 nipples. I'll show you.
Did Harry Styles deliberately eat his twin and then absorb his
one
nipples?
That you can actually see. They're not like They don't look like normal the other nipples.
Oh,
it's
that's
just
not
like,
good enough then.
Wait, here we are. Like
mutilated nipples.
It's a bit of a pixelated picture.
A pixelated picture of Harry Styles' mutilated nipples.
There's you can see the 2 normal ones, then the 2 little dark dots are his other nipples.
Let's have a look. Is it going to be blurry though? Is it going to be blurry?
I just see a face going.
Is it like these ones here? Like there's just like little
I always think nipples in a belly button like just looks like a really surprised little.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
They're not big, but yeah, there's like the 2 little ones like there.
Oh yeah, so they're not even in like the right place. It just sort of looks like moles.
But if you like look closer, they've got like little like lumps on them. So it's like it's a bit strange.
Nipple-like features.
But it's so strange. Like you see ones from like more recent pictures. That was when he was like younger. He was like 19,
They've got
20
hairy.
Now they're like more like nipple like. It's weird.
The older he gets, he'll just turn more and more into a nipple.
I was trying to find a better one, but I can't find one.
Eventually, it'll be known as your human nipple.
That's what. Yeah, in the Kiss You music video, he literally like they're like topless, and he goes, is it Kiss You? I think it's Kiss You. He like covers his nipples, and then he covers the other two.
That's quite funny.
Which I think is funny.
That's quite funny.
Yeah, at least he's embracing his
creepy story.
weird.
But embracing his nipples.
Yeah.
Getting back to Ed Gein. So I just want to say, Sheriff Art Schley, rest in peace, friend of the pod. I feel really bad for that guy, man. Just literally, because I think it's disturbing enough for us to hear it, but I think the reality of actually being like the main sheriff, like that was like looking around the house and finding this, like that would be so disturbing.
Yeah,
so disturbing. Like I remember my Uncle Dom said that, like because he had to kick down some doors and stuff before when people would get reports that like they hadn't seen their neighbour for a while and stuff, and he'd find like dead people in their homes and stuff like that. But that's like he said, even that he said like nothing really prepares you for like the smell of it and like the look of it. Like you'd go in and sometimes without trying to be too graphic, like there'd be like flies everywhere and like maggots like coming out of the eyes and stuff, and it's like really disturbing, And he said like people don't think about that. Yeah, when people think about coppers, they don't think about stuff like that, R.I.P. Sheriff Art Schley. Glad that you gave Ed Gein a little bit of a hiding before he passed away.
Legend.
But moving on, in addition to the murders of Hogan and Warden, Gein was also considered regarding several other unsolved cases in Wisconsin. In November 1957, authorities confronted Gein with a list of missing persons cases that had occurred between the death of his mother and Warden. Their suspicions were further aroused after the discovery of Hogan's remains. However, lie detector tests exonerated Gein of any other murders, and his psychiatrist concluded that his violence was only directed to women who physically resembled his mother. Do you know what, though?
Weird.
I'm pretty sure it's like a fact nowadays that lie detector tests are really not very accurate. And B, he sounds so mental, Gein. I could imagine that he would be able to say something with enough conviction to like fool a lie detector test. Do you know what I mean? And by the sounds of things, he was so in and out of it because he'd go into this like daze, as he described it, that he didn't even know what he was doing half the time.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if he was like of sound mind enough to even know what he was up to. But George Jean Weckler, an 8-year-old girl, disappeared near her farm in Fort Atkinson at 3:30 p.m. on the 1st of May 1947. She was given a lift home from grade school in Jefferson by a neighbour who dropped Weckler off at the lane that led from US Highway 12 to the Weckler farm. Weckler was last seen pausing to open the family mailbox and removing a stack of mail. Witnesses reported seeing a dark-coloured, possibly black, 1936 Ford sedan with a grey plastic spotlight in the vicinity that afternoon. Gein owned a black 1937 Ford sedan. So, mate, he took that girl, didn't he?
Oh,
he took that
girl.
Evelyn Grace Hartley, 14, went missing while babysitting a 20-month-old girl at the home of the La Crosse State College professor Viggo Rasmussen on the evening of the 24th of October 1953 in La Crosse. That evening, her father, Richard, called the Rasmussen house several times after she failed to check in as planned at 8:30 p.m. He received no answer. Concerned, he drove to the Rasmussen house to find the doors were locked, the lights and radio on, and items scattered all over the house. The living room furniture had been moved around to different places, as were Evelyn's school books. Richard found her shoes in different rooms, one shoe upstairs, one shoe downstairs. He also found his daughter's broken glasses upstairs. Richard did not find Evelyn in the house. After his arrest, Gein was questioned regarding Evelyn's disappearance. However, he denied involvement in the disappearance and passed 2 lie detector tests. Police found no trace of Evelyn's remains during a search of Gein's property. Either way, yet again, this is like just even more chilling, isn't it? Because it's like either he did do it, or if he didn't, what the hell happened to those little girls? Do you know what I mean? What the hell?
It's horrible.
Like, is there just some other freaking psycho out there that just like got them Do you know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
Crazy.
Victor Harold Travis, 42, a resident of Adams County, went off on a deer hunt in the company of acquaintance Raymond Burgess on the 1st of November 1952. In the late afternoon, the pair stopped for refreshments at Mac's Bar in Plainfield for several hours. At around 7 p.m, they both left the bar, got in Burgess's car and drove away. The hunters, along with the car Burgess was driving, were never seen again, and no trace of them was ever found. Travis and Burgess had been hunting on the farm next to Gein's farm, despite his objections to them hunting on the day of their disappearance. See, again, that just makes me think it's something to do with it. I mean, they were right next to Gein's farm where they were hunting.
I thought it was mostly grave robbing, but he's definitely been murdering a bit as well, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely full psycho. And the fact that it even says that Gein had objected to them hunting near his farm. But he couldn't do anything about it because it's like, well, it's not your land, mate. We're just doing it next to your property. We're not doing it on your property. And then they just disappeared, literally never to be seen again.
To become a
In addition, oh yeah, man, that's it. Search the nipples, and you shall find the truth. In addition, Gein has also been tentatively linked to the June 1947 disappearance of neighbour James Walsh, 32 years old. Walsh and his wife lived near Gein, who performed chores for her after her husband went missing. Gein was also investigated for potential involvement in the August 1956 disappearance of Irene Keating, 30 years old, who was last seen in Plainfield, and in the attempted abduction of Judy Rodencal, a 16-year-old from Auroraville. So there you go. And, on the 21st of November 1957, Gein was charged with one count of first-degree murder in Washoe County Court, where he pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. He was later diagnosed with schizophrenia and found mentally incompetent, thus unfit for trial. He was sent to the Central State Hospital for the Criminally Insane, a maximum security facility in Warpen, and later transferred to the Mendota State Hospital in Madison. In 1968, doctors determined Gein was mentally able to confer with counsel and participate in his defence. The trial began on the 7th of November 1968 and lasted 1 week. A psychiatrist testified that Gein had told him they did not know whether the killing of Warden was intentional or accidental. That's hilarious in itself, isn't it? Like, how would you not know? Gein had told him that while he examined a gun in Warden's store, the weapon discharged and killed Warden. He said he had not aimed the rifle at Warden and did not remember anything else that happened that day. At the request of the defence, Gein's trial was held without a jury, with Judge Robert H. Golmar presiding over events. Has Drew gone? Oh, he's back. You disappeared for a second, but you're back, Drew. Your voice has gone weird, man. Yeah, come back in a sec, man. Yeah, where...
We got him.
Yeah, Gein's got him, man. Where were we? George Robert Gein was found guilty by Golmar on the 14th of November. A second trial dealt with Gein's sanity. After testimony by doctors for the prosecution and defence, Golmar ruled Gein not guilty by reason of insanity and ordered him committed to Central State Hospital for the Criminally Insane. Gein spent the rest of his life in a mental institution. Judge Golmar wrote that due to prohibitive costs, Gein was tried for only one murder, that of Mrs. Warden, but he did also admit to killing Mary Hogan.
He should have got the death penalty. I don't agree with the death penalty, but I do in that case for that psycho.
I think that me and Drew have talked about this before. We actually do agree with the death penalty because we think don't
depending on.
Yeah, well, but even if you do think that in certain circumstances, that means that you are, though, don't you? That means that you do. Because we were saying, like, you know, especially when you have like repeat
I think it
murderers.
but I think it just makes you just as bad as them. Like,
no, I don't think it does. I don't think it does because I think
it's still murder.
Say somebody that had an obsession with killing young women, right? But was locked up and they were only given, say, like 10 years.
They just got to sort out the amount of time they're locked up for then. Sort out the sentencing.
And then they came out 10 years and then they killed you, say. Then
then I can't think of anything.
Yeah, but then like your blood would be on the judges and the state's hands. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose.
Because why should you die as an innocent person in place of a murderer?
Yeah,
that's already killed people in the past.
I suppose, but then they should just sort out the sentencing. Why would you sentence someone who's murdered multiple people for 10 years?
But this brings up another.
Do it for like over life with no parole.
Yeah, but I've been where you are now, Mo. But you start to go down a rabbit hole because then that brings up the question, the issue of overcrowding in prisons. So if there's
get another prisoner to kill them.
If there's only so many prisons and there's only so many cells in the prisons, what happens when they're all full up?
Get another prisoner to kill them.
And it's our tax-paying money that pays for those cells.
Yeah, exactly, and that issue's another problem. Do you know what I mean?
Just get
so it's like the deeper you get into it.
Just get prisoners to kill prisoners.
But that's more immoral.
No, get murderers. Get like a prison of murderers and get them all to murder each other, like battle out to the end.
That's like the sort of thing that like a crazy Roman would do, though, isn't it?
But I think it's better than having someone innocent, because then whoever's like but whoever's doing that is then just as bad because they're killing people. It's still murder.
No, I think
they then got a bigger murder count than any of the murderers they've killed.
No, to me, it's no different than, say, when someone joins the army and it's during wartime. It's like basically that is a heavy price to pay, being someone that has to carry around the fact that you've killed somebody on your shoulders. But it's like a price you pay to serve your country and the civilization. Do you know what I mean?
If it's like 100% true that they 100% have, and there's so much proof that they have killed somebody.
Yeah, obviously it has to be.
But I think like there's so many circumstances where there's like no proof, and the people they've actually killed haven't actually done the murder.
But let's use a specific case like Gein's. It's obvious.
Oh yeah, right? that's like
and you said 100%. You said yourself that you just thought
he should get like chuck. Like that thing where they like had like the holes in the ground and you chuck them down there, and the hole you can't even sit down. It's not small enough for you to sit down.
Yeah, I know what
you've got to stand up the whole time, and you're just like slowly starved and drowned and stuff. Just getting one of those.
I don't. As tempting as it is, I don't think we should start going down that route, because then I think then you start to go down a dark route. I think that it should be more simple. It should be like, look, if somebody. Yeah, if somebody is like,
I'm going medieval.
If somebody is clearly at risk, they're never going to rehabilitise into civilization. They're clearly just going to become repeat offenders. They already are repeat offenders, and there's 100% proof that they have like murdered people. At that point, their life is forfeit. Should just be like lethal injection. No, I don't. Because it's not about at that stage. It's not about. It shouldn't be about revenge or anything. It should be about, in a very common sense, logical way, removing them as a threat for society, and also removing them as a drain on taxpayers, on society, because every single person in this country is going to have to pay for this person who's literally killing innocent people to like sit in prison eating food all day.
Yeah,
and have like televisions and.
Have you seen that lady who's just been murdered in America on a bus?
Oh, mate,
the Ukrainian refugee.
Mate,
and just awful. Like she goes and sits in front of that guy, and you just see him just take the knife out of his pocket. And
he didn't even know her, and she didn't even know him.
No, he literally just 14 talking about like past 14
prior criminal convictions.
And it's like, man, that's just so savage.
I put something.
That's crazy.
There's this musician, Drew, I reckon you'd like. He's called Slow Jack, and he lives in Nashville now, but he used to be he's from Australia, and he grew up as a bogan in Australia. And his genre of music's cool, man, because it's almost like he sings obviously with an Aussie accent as like a bogan accent, but it's almost like country rap.
Oh, cool.
But it's really cool. I'll send you his stuff. But I've become a really big fan of his, and I shared something on our Pandora's Instagram that he put up about it, because there's already like people in the States and that are like trying to defend him and stuff like that. And he's like, "What are you trying to defend, mate?" He's like. What, like you said, he's like when people are going around like just killing innocent people, and he's like, like they're basically just saying there should be no excuse for that. Like the people should not be trying to make excuses for him, and I completely agree.
Agree.
Have you seen the other one as well?
She was just on her way home from work.
Yeah,
it was just a normal working day. He didn't know her. She didn't know him. He just stabbed her because he felt like it.
What you're saying about like people trying to stick up for him and that, like I saw another thing the other day where some guys, it was a bit of a different situation. It wasn't on purpose and that, but like these Indian guys were like driving this massive truck in America and just like did this illegal turn on the highway and just killed like 3 people. This like the cars just blasted into the side of them, killed 3 people, and they're just like in the truck like. No even reaction or anything. Do you know what I mean? Just savage, and 3 people just died. And then there's all these people making all these videos saying, it's not their fault, and and all this. And it's like they made.
Would you be saying that was your
daughter, and it's literally killed people? But there's people saying they should be let off. Like, what about the people that actually died? The innocent people that
the actual
died.
Innocent people.
It really annoys me that like. Yes, there's people.
Yeah, it really annoys me too, man. And it's like a logical fallacy,
those dead
isn't
people can't get their lives back, so why should they'd be allowed to have their lives back.
Like, think about, like, say, like, whoever are, like, the 5 people in your life that you love the most. Imagine if it was them, and then imagine how outrageous it would be to hear people trying to defend them.
Crazy.
And, like, because, like, some people are already, like, trying to make out that this guy that, like, stabbed at Ukrainian women, like, almost like that he's a victim as well in all this. And it's like, he's not a victim. I refuse to believe that he's a victim.
He actively chose to stab somebody. That's not a victim.
We've talked before on the pod about how, like, like, some things in life are subjective, but we also have to have objective right and wrong as a society. And, like, objectively, I refuse to class that man as a victim. I don't care, like, what he's done in his life. I don't care if he had a hard upbringing or anything like that. He chose to kill a random stranger who had done nothing to him, who was just a woman on her way home from work for no reason, and he chose to do that as an adult. So I don't care. Like, that's just facts. Like,
mentally deranged.
And if you're like the sort of person that wants to try and make excuses for that, then mate, take a long hard look at yourself in the mirror. You know, because like that is the fact that you've already gone down a route enough that you're even entertaining those thoughts. To me, like you've gone too far. You need to reverse that son of a gun and come back up the other route, you know?
Darn tootin'.
Yeah.
Darn tootin'. But yeah, we were just saying, sorry, man, because obviously you popped off for a minute. So it said that, yeah, Judge Robert H. Golmar found that Gein was found guilty of, but a second trial dealt with Gein's insanity. He basically Gein was found not guilty by reason of insanity, and then spent the rest of his life in a maximum security insane asylum. Yeah, weird.
I think we move on to the happier note.
Yeah, do you want to move on to a happier note?
Yeah. Do you know what that happy note is? Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel with Imogen Leg. Let me turn off this creepy music then, because it won't be in fitting with the... There we go. Look, simple as that. Oh, all of a sudden everything's right with us. So now we are going to come on to Spin the Wheel with Imogen Leg. There's the wheel, everyone. So, as you can see, we have fact 1, fact 2, fact 3, fact 4, and multi-fact. So we're going to spin the wheel, and we're going to... Wait a minute, let me get some music up for this. Let me get some...
You can get some jolly music. So...
Game
it's choosing up here. You can't quite see it, but it's
game
up
show
there.
Music.
That's where it's going to be chosen from. If you didn't know,
happy game show music. Ready?
Yes,
you ready for this?
I'm so ready. Is everyone ready?
Mm-hmm.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel again. Imogen's spinning the wheel. For everyone listening on the radio, she's spinning the wheel. If you can't see at home. Fact 2. We're on fact 2. So, Imogen, reveal to us, what is fact 2?
Fact 2 is launched September 5th, 1977. Voyager 1 is the most distant human-made object at over 15 billion miles from Earth as of May 2025. It continues to operate with about 69 kb of onboard memory, relying on vintage digital 8-track tape for data storage.
I love that's 8-track.
Yeah, originally programmed in Fortran.
Fortran?
Yeah.
Originally programmed in Fortran.
This
I know what an 8-track is. I don't know what Fortran is.
This 1970s technology is still powers the probe that is cruising through the interstellar space.
Pretty impressive, isn't it, really? That was like released
fact.
back in those days. And did you say it's like 15 billion?
15 billion miles from Earth.
That's so far.
That's crazy.
That's so far. Do you remember we once read out the difference between a million seconds, Drew, and a billion seconds on the pod? To put into perspective about how actually freaking massive a billion is. I can't actually remember what it was, so I'm going to look it up again so we can refresh our memories. How much time is a million seconds? Because it's not that much, like relatively speaking, but a billion seconds is like insane. How much time is a million seconds? Right. So a million seconds is 11 days, 13 hours, 46 minutes, and 40 seconds. So, not that crazy, about a week and a half. So let's put in a billion and see the difference. Meanwhile, a billion seconds is 31.7 years. So the fact that...
long old difference, isn't it?
Mate, massive, isn't it? Like, massive. It's like the difference between like 1 million and 1 billion is way more than the difference between 1 million and 1,000. Way more. But don't you think that's crazy?
Cool fact, though.
That 15 billion miles on 1970s tech recorded by I'm surprised that it can even like, with 70s tech, it can still actually communicate with the Earth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like transmute data across that space.
Mate,
like, how does
that's
that
a cool
work?
fact, isn't it? I'm proud of that one.
Back when they're using freaking 8 tracks, mate, to record the data. Like, do you even know what an 8 track looks like?
No, it's like almost looks like a DVD, doesn't it? Like
more like a cassette tape.
Oh, okay.
But like a really big one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what that looks like.
So before cassette tapes, they had these things called 8 tracks, and they came out like just before cassettes, and they like these almost like massive tapes, and you'd like sort of put it in, and it would go like halfway into like a audio player, and then it would play music or whatever.
Yeah, I think I might have seen those type of things.
You might have seen one on like Stranger Things or something.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched a VHS imaging? Like a, you know what I mean? Like a.
I might have.
She knows what VHS is, right?
I think I do. Yeah.
You know what VHS tape?
I'm pretty sure my mum's wedding video is recorded on.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
So I think I
so
might.
It's what people had before DVDs. Actually.
Yeah. My mum's got like loads of like. She said she'd only marry my. I think I would only marry my dad if he'd buy her the Lion King one. So,
the Lion King
yeah,
video.
we used to have like loads of them like when we were little, like the Lion King, Snow White, all those things.
Yeah. So just like on video, they're like rectangular, about this, about this long.
That is so mad.
Yeah, no, I must have.
I
must have watched them.
Yeah, because obviously that was like mine and Drew's main. You know, you buy a movie. Yeah, you'd rent a movie from Blockbusters.
Yeah.
It'd be a VHS.
Yeah, no, I know what that is.
Like, you know, I know we were talking about how, me and our mate Josh used to go getting like all those second-hand horror movies. It was all VHS and stuff. So
yeah,
I don't actually really know what's happened to a lot of my VHSs. Do you know what I mean? Did you know it's like when you just suddenly that dawns on you, like what happened to my VHSs?
DVD cabinet.
I don't because I'm not in like the loft or anything like that. My mum's. The only thing I can think of is he just got rid of them all. A bit annoyed about that now.
Yeah,
because I don't reckon I would have thrown them out. I don't reckon I would have thrown them out.
They'll be worth money.
I've got a big box of VHS somewhere, but like just like the old Disney movies and like all like my mum and dad had a camcorder when I was younger, and I've always wanted to like transfer them over to
mate, my brother's done that.
Has he?
Yeah, so my brother found all the old like tapes of us like in Florida back when I was like freaking 7 or 8 and stuff, and he's like 10,
I really
11.
want to do it.
Mate,
see me running around the garden and that.
Mate, it's well funny. There's like this bit in the thing where like my brother's filming and we're in this like restaurant in Florida, and I'm like eating like chicken nuggets or something like that, like chicken nuggets and chips or something. And then my old man in like this really snide voice goes like, "Calum's eating with his hands again because he doesn't know how to use cutlery." And then it's like just pans over to him and he's looking like a little bit grumpy, but he like obviously looks similar to how he does now, but he's just like with like brown hair and like a blonde like a blonde moustache rather than like a grey moustache. Mate, it's well funny. I remember when we watched that together, I was like yeah, bit about what's that about, eh? What's that about? Yeah. Chastising your family, trying to be on this nice holiday.
Yeah. Getting caught on camera.
Yeah. But it was quite funny by watching it back. Do you know what I mean? Almost like a bit spinny in that. But yeah, it's cool.
Ah, spinny.
Yeah, spin the wheel.
That's
funny. It's definitely worth doing, I think. I'm pretty sure you can even do it in like Asda now, can't you? Like Asda's and that. I can't remember where my brother said he did it. I think he did it like at Boots though. I think he got his done at like Boots.
Does it?
I don't know if it's like because his would be like in Bristol, and I don't know if the Boots is like more fancy. I don't know, but like
I know you can get camera stuff done in Boots, or like like you get printouts and stuff, can't you, and get your film developed.
Yeah, man. Right, should we do another fact?
One?
Ready? Let me get the music back up. Yeah, we go. We're gonna spin the wheel again,
spin
folks.
The wheel.
This is another fact. Oh yeah.
Look at it go.
Fact. Multi-fact.
Oh, multi-fact.
So these are some short, quick facts. I've got multiple ones. We'll go with.
You could call them quickfire facts.
Quickfire facts.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Do we want quickfire fact 1, 2, or 3?
I'll let Drew decide.
2.
2? Okay. This is a quick one. It's been 234 years since Mozart dropped La Clemenza di Tito.
I don't know how that goes off the top of my head.
Neither do I, but it's a fact.
But anyway, good on you.
One of my quick fire facts.
Good on you, Mozart. The first rock star, they call him, don't they?
Oh, yes.
Like they say, he was like the rock star of his day. Because in those days, it might sound funny to us because nowadays we think of like Glasgow music as being so like sophisticated, but back in those days, he would have been treated the same way that like Elvis was treated in the 60s, or the same way that you think of like Harry Styles or Bieber or stuff like that. Yeah.
That's crazy. Are we doing another spin?
Is that sure?
Yeah, another spin.
Is that the only multi-fact?
No, I've got 3 of them. I didn't know if I was supposed to do them all in one go or not.
No, I tell you, let's just do it. Let's do it now.
Okay.
I love
keep almost like tipping it on myself.
Fact 1.
Fact 1.
What's fact 1?
Okay, fact 1. This one's not too long, but a little bit juicier. We've got Avicii donated millions to meals for people in need.
Sorry, remind me who Avicii is. He sounds familiar.
Avicii is a singer.
Right.
He's not here anymore.
Is he not?
No.
Yeah, he killed himself, didn't he? Like that guy, and he was like real young, but he was in the charts all the time and stuff, and like proper
he did the song that goes the nights. These are the nights that never die. My father told me. You know, I played it the other day, and you went, "What did his father tell him?"
Oh right, yeah.
Well, he donated millions to meals for people in need. Feeding America provided 15 million meals. And dedicated all of his income from his world sold-out tour of over 26 shows called House of Hunger, just to this charity to feed people.
Fair shout.
Wow. Thought that was a pretty nice fact.
Right, let's do one more then.
One more.
Rest in peace, Avicii. Thanks for your selflessness.
Fact.
Final fact of the week. Spin the wheel. What are you going to get?
Oh, we've already done fact 2.
Spin it again. Let's do it.
That was a terrible spin.
Fact 3.
Okay. Fact 3. This one's a bit of a gross one.
Oh, nice.
There are more bacterial cells in your body than human cells.
Nice.
The average human is around 56% bacteria. This was discovered in a 2016 study and is far less than the earlier estimates of 90%, as bacteria are so light. However, by weight, each person is over 99.7% human. That's
crazy. Do you know what? It sort of spins me out to even think how that could be possible.
Spins you out?
So, yeah, get it? Pun intended. Because, like, to think that we're 56% bacteria, like, when you actually just, like, sit here in your body and you, like, looking at your limbs and that, you think, how is that possible? Do you know what I mean? Like, how is that possible?
Because, like, bacteria is not you, is it? It's, like, something external to you. So
it's like every bacteria is, like, its own living organism, which is freaking mental, isn't it?
And, like, your gut bacteria, that always, like, blows my mind. Like, that thing about, you know, when you crave certain foods, it's because of your biome, It's what they're craving rather than what you're craving a lot of the time.
I think at this stage, my old man is just a complete... I think Paul's gone. Do you know what I mean? I think he's just like his gut bacteria is just taken over. You know, I think that's what's happened. He's long since deceased. We just don't know it. His body's just running on bacteria. You know, I reckon my body was probably more than 56% bacteria back when I had those broccoli farts, man. We talked about earlier on because they were potent.
Solid 65.
They were potent. It's like I don't really eat that many beans nowadays because
I did a chili the other day, 5-bean chili. And everyone in the house
farts.
had like loads of farts. Especially Meg actually.
Really?
Compared to me, I was alright with it, to be honest.
She was
like
had
like one or two, but she's she's like, you literally can't cook this again. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's like whenever, because we have like burritos every single week, like at least like about once a week, and I used to cook beans in it. So we'd sort of switch up the beans, and sometimes we'd have mixed beans. But regardless of what bean I'd have,
cannellini.
I'd always be super gassy. Yeah, I love cannellini, it's my favourite. I'd always be super gassy.
Beans.
But now I have burritos without them.
The more you do.
I literally don't have gas at all. So it's definitely the beans, just the beans, you know? So yeah, watch out with your beans if you don't want to be too gassy, everyone.
Yeah.
But
peppers for me as well. Bit
peppers?
Of a weird one. Yeah.
Any colour in particular or all
red peppers?
Red peppers. Yeah, I don't really eat many peppers.
No,
I don't really eat peppers. I'm not like crazy.
Cutting them out,
McDonald's.
I was like, oh, that was right.
I love, like pepper, like black pepper.
Yeah.
Like on my food, but I don't really eat yellow, peppers. Green, or red peppers. If we go, like sometimes you'll go to like a Mediterranean, like a Turkish or a Greek or something, and like you might order a mixed grill, and they bring you like a nice grilled green chili pepper. I like that. That's once in a blue moon, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like that's once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
But I think we'll leave it there, folks.
That was fun.
We've done
I
almost
liked
2 hours.
that. Apart from when it attacked me and fell onto me. That
was good. I like the spin the wheel. So that's your new thing, Imo.
Okay.
You're the spin the wheel girl.
I've still got some facts left, so I'll add some more.
And then the ones that we did do, you can just replace.
Yeah, I will.
For next week, yeah?
That
Perfect.
sounds good.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. Listen to another Pandora's Box. Whether you're a new listener or an old school listener, we love you. We appreciate you. If you don't already, please go on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. Look up Pandora's Box Podcast. Give us a follow. Interact with us. If you want to get in touch about any subjects or anything, please do so. Probably easiest to do it on Instagram, but, do it on YouTube, whatever. And, have a good one. Until next time, folks. Laters. Oh, next week. Maybe we should do a redneck special just because.
That's what we said we were going to do today, but we didn't.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
It's good to have it in the bank, isn't it?
Yeah.
It would have made the Ed Gein story sound a bit hilarious if we did a redneck story. We'll have a silly one next week.
Okay.
Cheers, folks.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ta for now.
Bye.